State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza. And also presented by Lawrence Technological University, the Construction Association of Michigan, Legacy Partners Insurance, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association.
And welcome into Eagles Stadium here on the west side of the state, Hudsonville to be precise, where what a wonderful game day experience this is. And we got a dandy for you tonight as East Kentwood visits Hudsonville. Along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry, my name is Sean Belichick. Hey, Grant, it doesn't matter at what level of football you're talking about. Quarterback play is so important, and we have two studs here tonight.
Yeah, we do. We'll start with the away team and Cade Kaufman, Michigan State commit. So that says something about the player. He's good enough to play at the Division I level, the Big Ten level. This kid can throw the rock. Their team is averaging over 40 points a game. Offense is flowing, but it flows and starts through Cade Kaufman, the quarterback, the Michigan State commit.
And we just added the young man from Hudsonville onto our list. Van Lake has been, in a word, awesome.
He has, and everyone knows a kid at school that can do everything perfectly. It's essentially him. He's great at everything he does. Multi-sport athlete, played receiver and started last year on this team at receiver, but he plays quarterback now and also adds a little bit of versatility in the run game. So look out for him with his legs and also his arms.
This should be a dandy. 5-1 East Kentwood taking on 6-0 Hudsonville, and we have it for you here on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry Howie's. This is Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell, and this is attorney Mark Bernstein. Both of these men are respected, but only one of them can get you money after an accident.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance. In Metro Detroit, we've seen it all. Ice storms in May, orange construction barrels year-round. Somehow, it always works out. Detroit doesn't just get through it. We get through it together. And at Legacy Partners, we've been with you for generations. Auto, home, business, life. We keep it simple. No unnecessary runaround. No robotic hold music. We're right here protecting what matters. Legacy Partners. Detroit strong, insurance smart.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
I'm working right now, and so is Sam Bernstein Law. They're open right now. You know why? Because they work as hard as me to win. Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need today. Open 24/7. That's the Bernstein advantage. Open right now. Call Sam.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza.
And welcome into this beautiful Eagle Stadium here in beautiful Hudsonville, Michigan, where tonight, well, I think those graphics tell you the story. We got a dandy for you. The Hudsonville Eagles at 6-0, taking on East Kentwood at 5-1. Along with my broadcast partner, Grant Perry, Patty Cesarini down on the field. My name is Sean Belegian. Of course, the best crew in the business, the State Champs crew. And Grant Perry, would you have liked to have made that transition from wide receiver to quarterback in your playing days?
That's it's an interesting position. Usually you see it the other way around. And that's the case here with Brady Van Lake. Started at receiver last year for this team and put up some really good numbers and showed that he was a very productive member on that offense. But fast forward to this year, they needed some help at the quarterback position. They lost, their quarterback Griffin Baker of last year, all-region quarterback. So look for Van Lake, to be the difference. The
players are waiting to come out. What a great atmosphere here. And they're going to come running out in front of a massive crowd. Let me explain to people how this works here. The fans and the students were literally lining up before the gates were open. The second the gates are open, I guess it's a tradition here, Grant, for the students to run as fast as they can to kind of set up shop down below us in that student section. Just a really, really cool atmosphere here.
It's pretty cool. Everyone's piling in. It's a really cool venue. The stands and the atmosphere here are really nice. Let's get that bowl atmosphere where kind of the field feels like it's kind of lowered and the fans are above. This is a cool atmosphere.
And the Eagles ready to run out through that sign. Pretty cool that they got a line of fans waiting for them there, shaking hands, high fives. Of course, senior day here. So, Grant Perry, you know it well. A lot of emotion as these seniors are playing. For some of them, their last down of football ever. For others, well, their careers might be moving on. But regardless, these 4 years of playing for your high school, you can't put a price tag on it.
No, you can't. And as you go on, I had the ability to play at the next level, and some guys go on even further. But the common theme amongst guys that have gone on and played at the different level is that nothing compares to the high school level, just the pure cinema and just the theatrics that it brings.
I knew that poor sign didn't have a chance. The players come running through and onto the field as well. So glad you could join us wherever you may be. Thanks for inviting us into your phones, your laptops, whatever the case may be here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+. There's a look at the young man who just jumped on our list. And as you mentioned, Brady, you hear it the other way around for Brady Van Lake. You hear about the guy moving from quarterback to wide receiver and a guy that maybe jumped into a situation where, heck, he even made it to the next level. But to do it that way, that one's a little odd.
Yeah, it is. And then, personal experience, I grew up playing quarterback, and then I eventually realized, hey, if I want to play at that next level, my best opportunity is probably going to be at receiver, and it just goes to show just Brady Van Lake being a selfless player playing quarterback position when he probably would be their best receiver. So that just goes to show what kind of team player Brady Van Lake is.
Well, in just a moment, we will throw it down to the third member of our broadcast crew. Kevin, you just give me a kick when she's ready. I think before we do that, we're going to pause for our national anthem. And why don't we do that right here?
Active and retired military, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And all that are able, please stand at attention as we proudly present our national anthem as performed tonight by our very own Hudsonville High School Marching Band under the direction of Drum Major Madison LaFoxy.
Great rendition from the band, no doubt about that. And we're just about ready to get things kicked off here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+. We'll check in with Patty Cesarini momentarily down on the field. She always has some good nuggets. But, hey, Grant, I mean, what more can you ask for on a beautiful Friday night? You know, you're starting to see the color on the west side of the state, to be sure. And you got two premier quarterbacks going head-to-head. Why don't we throw it down to Patty before we get Grant's thoughts? Patty?
Thanks, Sean. Last week, Hudsonville made headlines with Lawson Weber's one-handed catch for a game-winning touchdown, the number one play on SportsCenter's Top 10. But before it became the number one play, it was a third and long scenario, and Coach Sandy's wondering, can we kick a field goal from this distance? Should we not get it here? So they run a pass play. It breaks down. They're in full-blown scramble drill mode, and as soon as Van Lake lets the football fly, Coach says, well, it looks like we're kicking a field goal because that ball is soaring out of the end zone, he told me. But obviously, Weber comes down with the football. And with all of the extra publicity that the school, the program, and Weber has been getting, Coach has just been reminding his team and his players that, hey, guys, you know, we shouldn't be feeling any extra pressure from this. He just wants them to go out there and continue to play good football. Back up to you guys.
Great stuff. Appreciate it greatly. And we are underway here. Big kick taken midway through the end zone. No, sir. So they will start after the touchback. Who is they? Well, this Eagle offense that, again, what more can you say about Van Lake? If he's not hurting you with his efficient passing, Grant, he's definitely dicing you up with his legs.
Yes, and we're going to see him in the run game today, but also Coach Sandy said that they want to try and not run him too much here. And as we talk here, you're looking at the Hudsonville starting defense, even though East Kentwood is going to be the starting defense here. But we talked about Brady Van Lake, number 18. He's the quarterback right here that you're going to have to pay attention to. And then on the line of scrimmage, look for that right tackle, Jay Caher, to be a difference maker in the run game.
Shotgun formation. Van Lake sends a man in motion near side to far. Going to keep it on the ground, though. Trying the right side of the line. Big wall of white pushed it back. Grant after maybe a gain of one. Tackle made by Team.
Yeah, Team, and they rallied to the football right there. And the old saying goes, you know, you want more hats to the football, the better. And right there you see the linebackers, number 25, Austin Bobo, and number 22, Malachi Daly, getting in on that play right there.
Van Lake looks to the near sideline. Of course, Hudsonville the yellow helmets, that blue jersey, yellow pants with trim. East Kentwood in the all-white look here tonight. Trip receivers far side, empty set. Van Lake under pressure, rolling out, stopping, firing, going downfield, and that's going to be intercepted. No, he dropped it. Far side of the field, Grant. I couldn't tell if he came down with it or not, but the official said right away, incomplete pass.
Man, and East Kentwood goes a little bit of a drop coverage there. They got guys on the line of scrimmage, and they drop out to a zone coverage. Brady Van Lake here, and now you see the offensive starting lineup here. We talked about Lawson Weber, Sports Center top 10 catch. Look out for him to make a play in the pass game. Talked about Brady Van Lake, and running back Owen Harzma is another name to keep in mind. Number 14, returning starter for this team. Saw a lot of snaps last year at running back.
Sophomore defensive back Austin Nelson nearly had an interception there. So here it is, 3rd and 9. Pressure comes. Van Lake didn't have a chance. The Falcons defense just swooped in and buried him back at the 15-yard line.
Really good job by that defensive line of the Falcons, doing a great job of pressuring on the perimeter, and we see right here this defensive starting front already about to get off the field here with a quick 3 and out. Really good job by these linebackers right here, Malachi Daly and Chris Thompson. Those guys are going to have a busy day as Hudsonville wants to try to establish a run.
Well, wind was a factor here earlier, Grant. It looks like the wind has subsided a little bit. There's a short kick. Let's see if they can get a little Eagle bounce here. Not much of one. As a matter of fact, it bounces backwards. And I'll tell you what, the Falcons are going to start up with great field position here at the Eagle 45-yard line.
Yes, and we talked about Cade Kaufman, the starting lineup here. You see right there, the starting quarterback, Davion Bam Nettleman, nicknamed Bam. You're going to hear him a lot today. He's their speed back, looking to get him in the pass game as well. And they're running back by committee. You're going to see 15, Davion Bam, and you're also going to see number 6, Jesse Phillips.
Kaufman looking over that defense. 2 receivers split. Outside, 1 inside. Back to pass on first down. Got a man open, complete at the 41. Works his way out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, Grant Perry.
And right there, they find Stephen Jones, number 11, the receiver, on a quick out route. Condensed formation. When you give Cade Kaufman, a quarterback of Michigan State caliber, that kind of look where the cornerback's off, receivers got plenty of leverage to the outside, he's going to pick that football up and dice you up every time. This defense here is going to have to tighten up and not give as many free open looks.
Strick forced Jones out of bounds, but as is 2nd and 3 at the Eagle 38-yard line. Kaufman back to pass. Pressure comes from the outside. Looked like he was hit as he threw, and that probably hindered that pass attempt, falling incomplete, setting up a big 3rd and 3.
Yep, here, and you're looking at this starting defense for the Hudsonville Eagles, and the name to keep in mind is these 2 guys right here, Lance Horodeski and then Peyton Rodenhouse. They level out that middle of the defense at the linebacker spot. They're going to have their hands filled today with a good running back room of East Kentwood.
Kaufman with a running back on his left hip, 2 receivers split near side. Back to pass, completes it for a first down. Didn't get it by much, but falling forward to about the 33-yard line. That is a first down for Edmonds.
Really good play design there. That's what we call an RPO, run or pass. Cade Kaufman there was presented with a pass option. He takes it.
1st and 10 at the Eagle 33-yard line. Trip receivers far side. This a keeper all the way. Big hole up the gut. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. What an explosive first step, and nobody came near him, Grant.
Not a soul was near him. He broke through the line of scrimmage and was free to the house. Love the play design here, too. Got to credit the offensive coordinator, Shane Lockenaria, of dicing up early. Here we're going to quarterback power, so it's a one-man run here. If he likes to throw, he's going to throw it. If not, he's going to run it himself. Look at him just get ready to go. He's going to run it. He's got 2 pillars at the point of attack, and then he just breaks through the defense. Really good job by the left side of the line of scrimmage. Christopher Lovelady and Isaiah Wilson of sealing off those defensive ends and defensive tackles, allowing a running lane for the quarterback, Cade Kaufman.
Extra point up and good, and boy, you want to talk about an explosive run and a run that quieted this big crowd. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards Cajun Crust. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor Cajun Crust. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Speaking of which, it's almost like a soap opera. On the last edition of Game Time Live, Grant Perry promised that he would bring some pizzas. And you know what? He did. So thank you, pal.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you.
Can't throw that out in the world and not bring them. And you guys are on my side of town this week, so got to get the crew some pizza.
You're a kind human being. Let's see how Hudsonville responds. Grant, let's face it, when you're 6-0, you haven't seen much adversity. But this is a darn good team, and let me reiterate to everybody, they're 6-0 for a reason.
They're 6-0 for a reason. And last year, they bettered out East Kentwood twice, once in the regular season and then at the end of the year to end their season in the playoffs. So these teams know each other.
Let's see what they can do here. This one's going to take a few bounces back out of the end zone. So that's where we will see Van Lake and this Eagle offense, Grant Perry, as they start their second possession with 9:14 to go here in this first quarter. East Kentwood off to a 7-0 start. An explosive, correct me if I'm wrong, was it 33 yards? 33-yard touchdown run by Cade Kaufman. There's Tyrone Spencer. I think longtime football fans will remember him. Two receivers split near side, one far side. Van Lake, shotgun formation. Going to keep it on the ground. Some space. Makes it cut it to 25. First down and more. 35, 40, 45, 50. Inside East Kentwood territory and dragged down about the 41-yard line. What an explosive run. That was Grant Perry by number 14.
That was a great run right here, but it almost got blew up. Watch the defensive tackle, James Jones, fly through the line of scrimmage. Run it, Kev. And you're going to see Owen Harsma just have the ability and the wherewithal just to get outside of it. And then you make the safety miss in the hole, in the alley, and then you're down the sideline. Really good job by Hudsonville of responding to that fast-paced offense of East Kentwood with a really good run that almost had negative play potential, but really good job by Owen Harsma getting to the outside and getting positive yards.
Boy, did Harsma show some heat down that sideline, too. Low snap, they're going to keep it on the ground. Another carry. Boy, good job putting his head down. Harsma, who showed the heat on that last drive, showed a little grit on that run, picks up 6, setting up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, you said it right there, Sean. I mean, last play we saw the speed down the sideline, and then right there between the tackles, showing his physicality, not afraid to meet a linebacker in the hole. Good hard run for a few positive yards there, bringing up a 2nd down and 4.
Two receivers split outside, one near side. Harsma starts on the right hip, now moves to the left hip. Van Lake gonna pitch it. Wide receiver coming around, makes a man miss at the 30, 25, 20, inside the 20, brought down from behind at the 16, no, check that, 17-yard line. A little trickeration, get things going for the Eagles.
Yeah, just making things look different. It's nothing different from what they do. It's just a counter play, but they're adding a little bit of window dressing, sending a motion, trying to get the defense's eyes to adjust, and then they come backside with the run. Really good job by 64 right guard Nehemiah Collar, and then number 72, Jay Caher. Really good job sealing those edges.
East Kentwood showing blitz. They back off. Van Lake looking to the near sideline. He's got Harsma as the lone setback. Two receivers split far side, one near side. 1st and 10 at the East Kentwood 17. Handed off to Harsma. This time he's bottled up. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. As a matter of fact, Grant, I think that's going to go in the books for a loss of 1.
Yeah, I think it may be a loss of 1 or 2 there, Sean. And talk about running the football. When you run to the front side, you got to cut off the backside. You can't allow backside leakage on the line of scrimmage. And right there, they allowed Damari Love Simmons, number 50, to sneak through the backside. And with his athleticism and his size and his strength, if he's got a hand on that running back, man, he's going to be hard to break that tackle. You see right there.
Grant, they marked that back to the 19, so that's a loss of 2, setting up a 2nd and 12. Van Lake sends a man in motion. Going to keep it on the ground again. Harsma, same result. Hit that line that surged forward and knocked backwards, Grant. That's going to be a no-gainer, setting up a 3rd and 12 from the 19-yard line.
Yeah, they tried to run a little trap where they allowed the defensive tackle, James Jones, to come up. They get a great block on him, but then Malachi Daly comes through with a great tackle on that last play, number 22.
Van Lake looks to the near sideline. A bevy of coaches and players sending in the signals. 2 receivers outside, 1 inside. Van Harsma, the lone setback. Van Lake back to pass. Going up top, got a man out there, touchdown! Oh, baby, what a route that was. And that's exactly what this team needed, Grant Perry.
It is, and couldn't have come at a better time. You're down 7 points. East Kentwood has just had a great drive offensively. What do you do to rebut that? You go ahead and send Wyatt Van Assen on a corner route, and then your quarterback, Brady Van Lake, throws a beautiful football right over that cornerback's head, that soft zone coverage. He finds that vacated window and finds number 21, Wyatt Van Assen, for the equalizer.
Good pass, good route. Van Lake to Van Assen. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Grant Perry, 5:53 to go here in this first quarter, and we're all tied up. Hey, at Lawrence Technological University, your vision of competing in scholarship-level college athletics can be your reality. LTU offers varsity sports for men and women while studying for a world-class undergraduate degree. Scholarships are available at lturecruityourself.com.
That was a really good response there by Hudsonville. And I want to see what they do here defensively, Sean, because when what we saw from East Kentwood and knowing their offensive coordinator, Shane Lockenaria, I actually had the privilege of going to school with and playing with Shane at Brother Rice. And he's a quarterback by heart. He's played quarterback, so he's going to find ways to get his quarterback available throws, whether that's in the RPO game where he can read a guy, give it, or then throw it, or even if you see it in the quarterback design run game where he's the 11th person in the run and they're designing him to get the run. They got a lot of things going for him offensively. Let's see what Hudsonville does here on their second defensive drive.
7-7 on a beautiful night out here in western Michigan, Hudsonville to be precise, just west of Grand Rapids and east of Lake Michigan. Would that be the appropriate directions? You live out here. Is that about right, Grant?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. This one going to be a short kick, taken about the 23-yard line, makes a cut at the 25, made one man miss, can't make second, third, and fourth miss, as that's taken up to the 30-yard line. So that is where Kaufman and this Falcon offense will take over. After Donovan Jones, we'll call it a return of about 5 yards. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Once again, keep an eye on this quarterback, taking his talents to Michigan State. Back to pass on 1st down, throws outside, one of those timing routes complete. Vanderveen with the reception. That ball was in the air, and he hadn't even turned yet, Grant.
Yeah, that's the timing, and that's the difference you see in some throws and kids that are, looking to play the next level. They already know they're playing the next level. Right there, the timing was on par. A little bit better accuracy on the outside, but other than that, that was a great throw there by the quarterback.
And good enough for the 1st down. Kaufman this time has 2 receivers split near side. Shotgun formation again. Under pressure, throws it up the middle, incomplete. It was the right play call as he had Williams open at about the 50-yard line, but I think that pressure maybe got to Kaufman a little bit.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen some pressure in the face of Cade there while he's trying to make a throw, and that's a hard throw to make regardless of pressure. He's rolling to his non-dominant side and trying to throw across his body. Got away with possibly a bad throw becoming worse, but good job by the Hudsonville defense surrounding Cade, not allowing an easy throw.
2nd and 10 now. At their own 40-yard line. Eagles showing pressure. Let's see if they bring it. No, they rush for it. Kaufman with the keeper. He's corralled from behind and pulled back. Grant, maybe, just maybe, a face mask out there?
I think so. I think they're going to get number 84, Luke Brodnicki, on that one, returning starter on that defense. But from our angle, Sean, it did look like that head got jerked back, which would most likely tell you it's probably a face mask.
Indeed, it is. And that'll be a first down into Eagle territory, Grant, all the way up to the 44-yard line.
And they got their hands, their work cut out for him here. Not only can Cade throw, but he's showing that he is a very viable runner in this offense. And so far here, we've seen about 2 designed quarterback runs, and I expect to see more as this game unfolds.
3 receiver set once again. Single back on the left hip. 1st and 10 at the 44. They try the ground, a little space up the middle. Took a big hit at the 42, but able to plow forward to about the 40-yard line. Grant, give them 4 yards on that carry. Good, hard run by Nettleman.
And really good job by those pulling guards and tackles. Number 66, Jabari O'Brien. Number 58, Xavier Williams, pulling from that right side to the front side, creating some room for the running back.
2nd and 6. East Kentwood threatening again, this time at the Eagle 40-yard line. Keeper all the way. Kaufman takes a hit at about the 37, falls forward to the 36. Late flag comes in, Grant. I don't know what that's about. I'm not even going to venture a guess.
It's like hands to the face, if I saw it correctly.
Boy, does that kid move, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, oh, Pete. Hey, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to MHSAA.com for more info. Boy, that'll be a first down all the way to the 21-yard line, Grant.
They've been having a good drive, but, I mean, you tack on 2 of these penalties, and it's turned into a really good drive here for East Kentwood. And so far, I mean, Hudsonville has really done nothing to prevent East Kentwood from gaining yards on them, so got to avoid trying to give them any free yards as this conference matchup's going to come down to the wire.
Boy, student section making some noise here. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Flags fly. You got the boys in the trenches pulling. I think this one's going the other way, though, Grant. I love that. He jumped. No, he jumped. He moved. No, he moved. And then the official says, no, he moved. And they move the Falcons back 5 yards.
We're going to get Senator Charles Nichols, number 55, on that one.
1st and 15 at the Hudsonville 26-yard line. Cade Kaufman, shotgun formation, back to pass. Throws, completes, good spin, 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, these explosive plays, and this time it's Jones.
Stephen Jones, man, talking with Coach this week, he said he's a guy that's really come into his own. Didn't see a lot of time last year. We had some players that were ahead of him in the depth chart, but fast forward to this year, he's really showed why he is a player. And you're going to look right here at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be a one-on-one route. He's just going to step inside, go back inside, and I think he got lucky because it looked like it was an option route. It looked like he was going to sell for the slant, but it looks like the Michigan State commit, Cade Kaufman, caught him on the right time. And
a little botched attempt here, trying to get outside, no chance. No chance that time. So the point after, no good, but give it up to the Falcons. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, Grant, on the road in a hostile environment.
Yeah, and they're doing a really good job of finding throws that create one-on-one matchups. Now, it doesn't always look like it's a one-on-one matchup, but once he catches the ball, you saw right there, Stephen Jones, it turned into a one-on-one tackling drill. And you give these athletes of East Kentwood some space. They got speed, man. They can make it hurt here. And let's see what the Hudsonville Eagles come back with. They had a good drive here, their last drive. Owen Harzma led the helm there at running back. Let's see if they divert a little bit and find one of these receivers in the pass game. Number 8, Drew Meerman, possible candidate to catch a pass here.
3:33 to go here in this first quarter. Beautiful night here in Hudsonville, Michigan. 13-7, the visitors on the road. Home team getting the ball back, though. Boy, look at this crowd, too, Grant, and they're still coming in. This place is packed. This kick, once again, going deep, deep, deep into the end zone. That's 3 kicks, and the Falcons have put it into the end zone 3 different times. So another touchback, and that is where this offense will take over. I want to give a shout out to Jaden Garcia, That young man, that kicker's only a sophomore.
Bright future ahead of him. That's for sure.
So let's see what Van Lake and this offense can do. Their third possession of the game. 13-7. East Kentwood on top. Van Lake in the shotgun. Tight end in motion. Keeps the ball on the ground. Trying to follow some blockers, but once again, Grant, we got to give credit to this defensive line. They just aren't allowing a lot of space up there.
Yeah, they're not. And it's led by the defensive tackle, that nose guard, number 51, James Jones Jr. Was all region last year, had 3 tackles for loss last week. If this offense wants to see some success, they saw it last drive with the perimeter runs in Owen Harzma. It's going to be hard with these linebackers that flow fast and this D-line that's tough and physical to run in between the tackles. I expect to see them try to attack the perimeter a little bit more here as this game develops.
Harzma picks up 3, setting up a 2nd and 7. Stays in, 2 receivers split outside. They try it again. Near side now. Harzma up to about the 25-yard line. Give him 2, setting up a 3rd and 5.
And there they try to get a little off-tackle run, counter where 2 pullers are coming, but if you don't seal the defensive line from getting into the back of field, that play is not going to progress. Right there, Damari Malone was able to get into the backfield, affect the pullers, which affected the rest of the play, only allowing a short game.
Big 3rd and 5 here for Van Lake and this offense. Looking over the defense, claps his hands. Tough snap, he's going to have to fall on it. Ball's still loose. I think East Kentwood came up with it. Yes, they did. Boy, it looked like Van Lake was about to fall on it, and then all of a sudden, Grant, it just scored it out.
Yeah, it looked like, he's trying to get it. Maybe he's trying to keep the play alive. Maybe someone's foot hits it. We'll have to see here. But number 50, Damari Love Simmons with the recovery right here. The ball's on the ground. It's bouncing around. Looks like, it gets in between some guys, and then once the white party sees it, the white in East Kentwood and those jerseys, they're all jumping on it. And then, once that thing becomes a rugby scrimmage, it's hard to find who's got it. But East Kentwood comes out with it.
Let's see if they go for some quick change here after a turnover deep in Hudsonville's territory. 1st and 10 for Kaufman and this Falcon offense at the 22-yard line. Changing the play at the line. Shotgun formation. Gets a snap. Going to hit flags fly everywhere, and that's going to be a false start.
Yeah. Had a motion guy right there. I believe that was Kendrick Mayhew.
Prior to the snap,
didn't get set.
Start, offense number 0, moving towards the line of scrimmage prior to the snap, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So that'll move it back to the 27-yard line. 1st and 15 from the Hudsonville 27. And let's be honest, the Falcons' offense hasn't had a problem so far here today, Grant.
They haven't. First drive, I think it was 3 or 4 plays they scored. Second drive, a few penalties assisted. This drive, they're starting with great territory.
Is that rain I see coming down? Oh, boy. So much for it isn't going to rain, huh? Crossing pattern, just a simple slant down to the 20. Picks up 7, Grant, setting up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and when you got a quarterback that's experienced and has the future and the ceiling that Cade Kaufman does, it turns into routes on air right there. He gets off coverage from that secondary defender and he just throws this quick slant route in there and made it look very easy.
2nd and 8 now from the 20-yard line. Kaufman looks to the far sideline. Now barks out the play to his offensive line. Back in that shotgun. Going to hand it off. Trying the far side. Make a cut. 1st down and more, down to about the 10-yard line, Grant.
And they just had no contain on that edge of the defensive line there, that right side. They got pinned down, and they're really good blocking at the point of attack, allowing Jesse Phillips to get to that perimeter. One of his first runs today for a really good game.
So they're going to mark that at 11. They can get a 1st down inside the 1 as flags fly, and this is going to be another false start. Make no mistake about that. So they'll move that back to the 16-yard line. Grant, just inside the 1, it looks like they can get a 1st down. 1 minute to go here in this 1st quarter.
Look at this split. something might come into the bottom of the field here with that condensed split from the receiver.
Kaufman shotgun formation. Looking that way, Grant. Completing that way. Touchdown that way. Guess who? Jones again.
Stephen Jones, man. And takes one to know one. I saw the condensed split. As a former receiver, when you have a condensed split and you have all that field to work with, you got a good idea that, hey, it's probably going to be some type of pass attacking that field. And right there they did it. They condensed Stephen Jones in. They get him one-on-one coverage with the cornerback. And when you have that in a quarterback in Cade Kaufman, man, you can go ahead and, as they say, kiss the baby.
Snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. So, East Kentwood. Grant 3 touchdowns in a little over 11 minutes.
Yeah, you can't see the split here, but just know that there's a lot of green grass to the left side of the screen, and Kaufman knows exactly where he's going with the football. One step in his drop, and the ball's out. Great timing. And then we've seen Stephen Jones here. When he's got one-on-one, he's making guys miss, and you see it happen again right there. Yeah, and see right here, we got the wide split. Look at all this grass. Cornerback sitting somewhere inside leverage. So all you got to do is put a good ball out there, give him a little separation, and then you can make him miss. And right there, Stephen Jones makes it look pretty easy.
Well, it's been a busy night so far for Garcia, but he's been up to the task. He's put 3 in the end zone. Can you do it a 4th time here in the first quarter?
Stephen Jones right there on your camera, celebrating with his touchdown belt, it looks like. Talking with Coach, they wanted him to have a big game because they thought a lot of the pressure was going to come on Amon Edmonds, as he's their #1 receiver. So Stephen Jones has stepped up in a big way thus far today.
Garcia puts her out of the end zone again. And now certainly the impetus is on Van Lake in this offense to get something going and get this crowd back into it, Grant.
Yeah, they got to try to draw this crowd back in somehow, some way. We saw in that second drive where they were able to, bust off a couple explosive plays in the run game, which helped them get down into enemy territory. They're going to have to find a way to get to the perimeter in the run game here, but also try to mix things up and keep it diverse, so keep the pass alive and not allow East Kentwood to sit and just predict run. Got to be able to throw the football here, too. Keep the defense honest.
1st and 10, 20-yard line. Van Lake claps his hands, pitches it out. A little space this time over the right side. Harsma up to about the 26-yard line. Flag comes in very late.
Yep, it's going to be either on Dallas Moody or William DeYoung to be determined here.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 2 defense. 15-yard penalty to be added on to the end of the run. The yardage results in a first down Hudsonville.
Well, you don't want to do that, Grant. You are all over a team right now, and you're letting their fans get into it and perhaps ticking off this home team as well.
Yeah, you got a good lead here. Just can't start beating yourself.
Falcons showing blitz. Van Lake in the shotgun. Looks to the near sideline. Harsma the lone setback. He's got 2 split outside. 1 on the inside. Van Lake changing the play at the line. Harsma now on the left hip. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Van Lake back to pass. Throws, completes it into East Kentwood territory. Still tap dancing down that near sideline. Finally getting out of bounds at the 42-yard line, Grant Perry.
Yeah, William DeYoung there. Good job of drawing the penalty just a few plays ago and then getting back in the pass game, catching a nice pass. Great out route by the young tight end, number 88, William DeYoung.
And that is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry?
Hi, I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance. We've insured just about everything in Metro Detroit. Yeah, we've seen some things. Whether you have hundreds of employees or just your cousin in the back doing everything, we'll build a policy that fits. Property, liability, benefits, we'll even cover you in case your cousin opens that email that he really shouldn't have. We build insurance policies for real life. If you have equipment, employees, or just a really chaotic Tuesday, we've got the right coverage for you. Legacy Partners. Detroit businesses trust us. You can too.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Thanks, Sean. Grant, you touched on it a little bit, just how calm and even that Cade Kaufman really plays. And that aura comes from all the extra hours that he puts in outside of just the football field. After talking with Coach, he said he's just a very competitive kid, very intentional about getting better. He's the one that's in the weight room at 6 a.m. And Coach has been in there a couple of times doing a double take, asking him, what are you doing here so early? But that's where that aura comes from. This kid just has a different motor. Back up to you guys.
Great stuff, Patty. Appreciate it. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Flags fly all over.
Get the center here.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 61. In
Yeah,
the
you don't want to give up those
5
yards. You got a little something going here. Move it back. But you are into East Kentwood territory to start this second quarter, Grant. East Kentwood on top 20-7, though. And let's be honest, their offense hasn't done much wrong, Grant.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And you just saw them. They got the pass game involved here. Now they got 4 strong to the field.
Trip receivers near side. Keep it on the ground to Harzma. Makes a cut at the 47. Dives forward to about the 45. A lot of work just to pick up 2 yards, Grant.
Yeah, this front seven for the East Kentwood, front seven being the defensive line and the linebackers, man, they're flowing fast and they're triggering fast to their keys. As soon as they see pullers or the linemen shift and alter, they're reacting fast and not allowing Owen Harzma in this running game to really go anywhere.
2nd and 13 now from the Falcon 45-yard line. The Eagles with trip receivers near side. Single back. Van Lake back to pass. Running near side, feeling pressure on the backside. Kind of flipped it to DeYoung. DeYoung just couldn't pull it in with the one hand. And Grant, now a 3rd and long scenario.
3rd and long, and this is not where Hudsonville wants to be. They want to be ahead of the chains, 1st and 2nd down. They want to be getting 3 to 4 yards so that 3rd down is manageable. This team is a primarily run-first team. They don't want to necessarily major in the pass, but right here they're going to have to try to do something to pick up some big yards, which allows East Kentwood to somewhat stay relaxed in coverage, knowing that a pass is probably coming, but also allowing those D linemen to pin their ears back and go full speed for the quarterback.
Van Lake in the shotgun on this 3rd and 13 from the 45-yard line. Back to pass. Flush near side again. He's going to take off running. Boy, look at that speed. 40, 35, 30. Makes it cut at the 25, 20, 15, and pushed out of bounds at the 11-yard line. He looked like a pinball being shot.
He did, Sean. And sometimes you got to lose ground to gain ground. And right there, he runs a big arc, gets around the defensive edge, and it looks like he's going to get cut off on the sideline, way short of that 1st down. But you see the athleticism, the composure. We said it in the opening. This kid can do anything, and anything he does well. And you see the ability to hit that sideline and turn on that gas and put this thing right on the 10-yard line.
1st and 10. They're going to mark it, Grant, at the 12-yard line. But the Eagles in business. They're going to keep it on the ground. Starting left and then moving right. Maybe getting to about the 10-yard line, Grant. Maybe getting to the 10-yard line is Wyatt Van Assen setting up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and as a defense, touch back on that last play, when you have pursuit drills, you hear teams do pursuit drills, that's exactly why you do it. You want to take a good angle. East Kentwood on that 2 plays ago weren't taking great angles, allowed the quarterback Brady Van Lake to get that edge.
Van Lake claps his hands, keeps it on the ground to Van Assen. Got maybe to the 8 before he's pushed back. So interesting scenario coming up here, Grant. A 3rd and 6 forthcoming from about the 8-yard line. Are they in 4-down territory?
I think if they get it to 2 to 3 yards, I think so. I think, you're so close. This is going to be a high-scoring battle. East Kentwood averages about 40 points a game. Hudsonville comes in at about 36. Points are at a premium, so you're already this close. I imagine if they get it within range, they'll probably go for it.
2 receivers split far side, 1 near side. Van Lake, shotgun. Looking, firing into the end zone, flags everywhere. Did he get his feet down? He did. Oh, DeYoung, I wasn't sure that he got his feet down. You knew it was going to be an automatic first down anyway, but how about a touchdown for the Eagles?
And great job by Brady Van Lake at giving his tight end a chance, an opportunity, and throwing a high ball. When you get a receiver on the back end line of the end zone, you throw a high ball. Front, it's low. Back, it's high, and boy, did he throw it high. Look at that, right where only he could go get it. And he gets it, caresses it, and let's check the feet. Oh, 2, just so you know
baby.
It's real, man. That's good on Saturdays and Sundays right there. Great catch by the number 88, William DeYoung.
Extra point is up and good. Boy, look at those twinkle toes, getting both of them down. Looked like a ballet move out there, and a huge touchdown to make this a 20-14 game.
Yeah, and talking with Coach Sandy, he said that William DeYoung, now while he doesn't show up on the stat sheet a ton, he is one of the best players in the area, and we believe in it. And as you see right here, the rain is coming on in. Look at the raindrops in the background of the lighting. Could change how things are played here, but not before William DeYoung catches that ball. And he had a touchdown last week versus Rockford. Coach said he's a great blocker, but when he's called upon in the pass game, he comes alive, and we saw it just on that drive. Nice out route, and then he closes it with that touchdown catch.
Patty's got the hood on down there. Patty, stay dry best you can. Oh, these kids are having fun. I have never seen more cheerleaders at any game we've ever been to. So not only do you have the high school cheerleaders, there look to be about 3,222 cheerleaders under the age of 5 out there, Grant.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't even notice them until you said something, and now it's like, oh, my God, there is literally 3,332 out there. It's
that
crazy.
might be a slight exaggeration, but not by much.
No, not at all.
No. What a great atmosphere out here. Really is. Senior night. Another short kick. Falcons return man takes it at the 25, 30, 35. Look out, breaks outside 40, 45 into Falcons territory and finally driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. One thing we've seen all night is great field position. Hey, football fans, the action doesn't stop after Friday Night Lights. Keep it rolling with the State Champs High School Sports Show covering all sports every Saturday morning at 10:30 on WDIV Local 4. Boy, great field position again for the Falcons. And they don't need it, Grant. They just don't need it. Kaufman, your quarterback. Trip receivers near side, single back. 1st and 10 at the Falcon 47-yard line. Going to keep it on the ground. Can't get past the initial wave, however. One of the interior linemen grabbed a leg and held on for dear life until reinforcements came.
Yeah, and good thing they held on, because, I mean, if that running back right there, Davion Bam Nettleman, were able to break that tackle, he's one-on-one with a safety, but not before Peyton Rodenhouse right there and Luke Brodnicki getting on the tackle.
So no gain. 2nd and 10 from the Eagle 48-yard line. 20-14, East Kentwood Falcons on top. Kaufman in the shotgun, back to pass, high but going up and grabbing that ball. What's that called? High point by the receivers, Grant Perry?
High point in the football right there, and Stephen Jones does a great job of going up and getting it. Only 5'9", but shows that he can go to that top shelf and bring down that football. Really good job. And if you're Hudsonville right now and you're the defensive coordinator or the defensive staff, you're telling these corners, man, play smart, read your man, and just stay on top of them, because they're giving them one-on-one opportunities all around the field. Like out here, this is one-on-one coverage. One missed tackle, and he's gone.
3rd and 5.
Your line of scrimmage here, Sean.
Kaufman, back to pass. Under pressure, evades it once, now winds and fires incomplete. Really didn't have a chance as he was forced all the way back, Grant, to near his own 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I think we just saw Hudsonville's best defensive performance here as far as drives go today right there. They're able to force a punt, first one for East Kentwood, and really good job. And I think the two throws that we've seen Cade somewhat miss or not be able to connect with is when he's got pressure in his face, whether that's on the run or right there where he has nowhere to go. So if you're Hudsonville, you're saying, hey, okay, let's take a page from what we just did. We're going to have to apply some pressure and make this pocket uneasy for Cade Kaufman.
Well, the rain is really coming down now. Make no mistake about that. This one's going to bounce into the end zone. So the Eagles will take over with a touchback. And just as I say the rain is really coming down, it slowly subsided. How do you like that?
That's pretty cool.
Cool. On the ride out here, I ran into a couple different pockets, Grant, of rain. As you take a look inside that huddle, great job there with that in your living room camera view. We appreciate that greatly. But yeah, a couple different pockets on my drive out here, Grant. And didn't rain hard, but, for a little bit, just like it is here tonight. 'Tis the season, right?
Yes, it is.
It's what you expect in October. Now it's Van Lake. And this Eagle offense turn. Going to keep it on the ground, blown up. Nearly had the ball stripped away. I'll tell you what, good job just to hold on to that ball by Harzma.
Yeah, really good job. And we've seen this a few times, of run through from the defensive line. James Jones, we talked about him. He's the guy that everyone's got circled when you play this East Kentwood team. Really high praise from the head coach of Hudsonville, Coach Sandy. Says he's one of the best players in the OK Red, especially when he turns it on and really fights. Saw right there exactly why he is considered one of the best here in the OK Red.
2nd and 18 from their own 12-yard line. So now it's the defense is stepping up a little bit here. Van Lake trying to change that on this 2nd down. Crossing pattern looked like a miscommunication. Receiver came in, pass went out, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. And now it's the Eagles faced with a 3rd and 18.
Yeah. The battle of 1st and 2nd down, when you win 1st down and then you win 2nd down, it really puts the offense in a bad spot. East Kentwood won 1st down with the Damari Love, James Jones run through. And then an incomplete pass, you win 2nd down. Now you're forcing a 3rd and long in their own area, right where you want if you're East Kentwood.
Trip receivers far side, single back. Van Lake feels the pressure, forced to roll outside. He tries to dive between two men. He's not going to do it. That's going to be a loss all the way back, Grant, to the 8-yard line.
And that's a good job. We've got to give credit to 14, Kenyon Battle, and number 25, Austin Bobo. They're going to have to treat Brady Van Lake kind of like a loose mouse in the house. You're going to have to corner him and not allow him to sneak through the pocket because he does a great job. You saw on the last drive where he got on the perimeter right there. They do a good job of containing him and forcing him to go down because he's a sneaky cat. This guy will be able to run through tackles. So if you're East Kentwood defense, you got to do what you just did, keep him in that pocket.
How about these defenses really stepping up early on? Granted, it looked like these offenses couldn't be stopped. Not a chance to set up a return here. Great coverage after that punt. But again, how many times have we said this tonight, Grant Perry? Great field position for East Kentwood.
Yeah.
Is they are going to start this one at the 45-yard line.
Essentially right where they left off last drive, right where they punted from. Let's see what Cade Kaufman and company here come out with.
Still on top, 20-14. Kaufman looking over that Eagle defense. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 45-yard line. Kaufman back to pass, throws outside. Who else? Boy, what a big night Jones is having so far, and that's going to be another 1st down grab.
It is, and when you get off coverage, we call it free access, where that cornerback's playing about 6, 7, 8 yards off. Hey, it's just pick them up and throw them. You get an out route, you get good leverage. If you get a quarterback that can throw it like Cade, that's just playing recess, catch and throw right there. And Hudsonville, they got to do a little bit of a better job, whether it's switching coverage, maybe going to cover 2, where that corner can play a little bit more flatter and take away that out route.
Fresh set of downs at the 34-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun. This is a keeper all the way. He scored on one on the first drive. This time, he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, Grant.
Yeah, and right there we saw what we saw last drive. Hudsonville crowding that line of scrimmage, trying to make it so that the O-line doesn't know who they're blocking. Quarterback has to really go through his protection. And right there, they were able to contain Kaufman for a very minimal gain. I expect to see a lot more of Hudsonville doing what they're just doing, mugging that line of scrimmage, bringing up everybody on the line of scrimmage, because not only does it make it hard for the offense to figure out what's going on, as a defender, as a blocker, you don't know who to block. There's about 8 different guys on the line of scrimmage. You don't know who's dropping and who's rushing.
2nd and 10. Going up top, a big miscommunication, Grant. Receiver came in, the pass went way out. Edmonds was standing about the 25-yard line. That pass landed at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, just a miscommunication. And at the high school level, I credit it to miscommunication. If we were in the college, I'd say, maybe that's a miscommunication from the receiver, because when you get certain type of routes for certain coverages, you convert it. So if it's a go route, if it's an out route, but you have a cover 2 corner where he's sitting flat, you're just going to turn that to a go route. So I'd credit that to that. This one, see if they can get something going here on third
Big
down.
third down, 3rd and 10. 5.5 to go here, second quarter. Kaufman in the shotgun. Eagles back off on the blitz. Handoff. Nice cut. Good enough for a first down, Grant Perry. Oh, baby. Caught him, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Phillips with a big first down run.
Yep, and they see Phillips as their tackle runner. In between the tackles, he's their power guy. Thick, long legs, able to run through tackles. And I love what offensive coordinator Shane Lochnery did right there on that third down and long. Hey, understanding we're probably in an area where we can go for it. Our defense is playing pretty good. So let's go ahead and run the ball on 3rd and long, see if we don't pick up the first down and go from there. And they do just that. They pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Kaufman has a man in motion from far side to near. Going to hand it off to Phillips again. Big hole. Makes a cut at the 10. Inside the 5 and grabbed by the ankles and brought down at the 3-yard line. But it's Phillips' turn to start, Grant.
Yeah, Phillips is stepping in and really good job. That's a counter play. 2 pullers. They're squashing down the right side of the line of scrimmage. They do a great job. They make a wall. And then Jesse Phillips follows his blockers. And then, again, if I was his coach, though, I'd chew him out a little bit, because you got one-on-one for the end zone in 5 yards. Jesse, I need you to score, brother, right there. He gets tackled, and I'm sure his coach will let him know.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Big bodies. James Jones in at fullback, defensive tackle.
Take a look at that beat back there. The handoff to Phillips. He breaks 1 tackle. He can't break the 2nd and 3rd. He surges towards the goal line. I think he's short. Yes, he is. Boy, a great 2nd and 3rd effort by that young man, though, Grant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could tell that he could smell that end zone. You could see the legs churning, body still moving, not giving up. Really good run there, picking up a few yards. As we know, the closer you get to this goal line, the harder those yards are to get. Wouldn't be surprised here if they go and call number 8's number, Cade Kaufman.
2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. The big package, a tush push. Does he get in? There it is. There's the signal. Touchdown. Boy, I've seen that play someplace before, haven't you, Grant?
Yeah, and pretty recently, last night, we saw a few reps of that in that Eagles-Giants games, made famous by the Eagles. But right here, East Kentwood does their best rendition of the tush push, and led by quarterback carrying the football, but big boy defensive lineman James Jones, 51, with the push for the successful conversion.
Late substitution. Point after attempt pending. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Huge touchdown with 3:41 to go, Grant. Extends the Falcons' lead over the Eagles by a score of 27-14.
Yeah, and you'll see the replay here. Just low man wins. Can we get lower than the guys across from us? Can our fullback, in this case James Jones, come give our quarterback Cade Kaufman a little push from behind? He does just that. And you can see these fellows finishing on top. Number 8 crosses the goal line.
Well, time for the Eagles to go downfield. Don't forget, they get, East Kentwood gets the second half kick. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. Having some fun, certainly, that young man. Well, you can see why people talk him up, Grant Perry. Cade Kaufman.
Playing well so far. And Hudsonville is giving some pretty easy looks. Corners are off, able to make it easy, quick throws. And when you get a guy like Cade that can do that, he can hurt you.
Still plenty of time for Hudsonville. This one's going to dance out of the end zone again. Grant, not only do they have 3:41 to work with, but they also have 3 timeouts at their disposal.
3 timeouts, and understanding that, hey, we can't give this ball up in 3 plays, not only one because their offense, East Kentwood's, is cooking. They're moving the football pretty well, but also we don't want to give up another score before half because then East Kentwood's also getting that ball to start that second half. So if you're an offense here, your goal 1, don't give them the football back. Goal 2, go score points, and goal 3, go into halftime with a little bit of momentum.
So Van Lake leads the boys back out on the field. The hometown Eagles in those yellow helmets, blue jersey, yellow pants. Van Lake in this shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Harzma gets through the first wave, maybe up to the 23 before he's pushed back. Give him 3 hard-earned yards, setting up a 2nd and 7.
And if it's not the D-line making a play, or if it's not 42 Chris Thompson or number 22 Malachi Daly at the linebacker spot coming in, number 5 and number 7, Donovan Jones and Major Barnes at the safety positions, they play flat-footed. And when I mean flat-footed in the run game, I mean they're ready to come downhill and make a tackle. They're not afraid of contact. They're coming down and laying some wood, doing a great job of filling the holes from that safety spot.
Shotgun formation. Van Lake going to hand it off again. Harzma trying to follow his blockers, gets a good push from behind, and that's going to be good enough for a first down up to the 31-yard line. Hey, power up your passion at a professional level by enrolling in one of Specs at LTU's 1-year media arts certificate programs, broadcasting, digital media, and graphic design. Start today by logging on to ltu.edu/specs. Keeping it on the ground again, Grant. Maybe 3 yards there, up to about the 34 yards, setting up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and they're about one solid good block away from this thing hitting the sideline again, how we saw in their second drive when Owen Harzma had that big, long run. They just aren't getting that 3rd or 2nd level defender peeled. He's able to slip in the hole and make a tackle. But if they can get those guys blocked on these counters and powers, they got exactly what they want.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Hey, you know what? Nothing fancy here, Grant. Keeping it on the ground. This one out past the 35, up to about the 37-yard line.
Now, if you're East Kentwood, do you start calling timeouts, try to steal another possession? Doesn't seem like they will stop the clock, but.
Well, a big 3rd down here. What transpires on this play, Grant, could change things. 3rd and 4 at the 37-yard line. Van Lake looking to the near sideline. On this 3rd and 4. Claps his hands. Keeps it on the ground. Harzma. Second effort. Ball is loose. I thought I heard a whistle. I did hear a whistle.
Yeah, near side.
Absolutely I did. Near side.
We'll have to take a look at this. See what happens here. Well, it looks like Major Barnes, number 7, comes up with the ball. Major's the one that he met and then he's just trying to wrap that football up.
I think what the ruling is going to be is the forward progress was stopped,
yeah.
Grant, right?
Because we did hear a whistle.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And oh, by the way, that run was good enough for a first down. No doubt about it, I heard a whistle up here.
Which was huge. Not only allows you to stay on the field and run this clock down if you so choose, but keeps that East Kentwood offense off the field.
No urgency here, Grant. It's weird. They're just letting that clock run down. Now, they do have 3 timeouts at their disposal. Van Lake back to pass. Looking, loading, firing at a man out there, incomplete. Boy, it looked like the defensive back fell down, Grant, and Wyatt Van Assen was running all by his lonesome.
Yeah, he was. I think he ran a wheel route, and as soon as he's selling that out and then goes up, I think he caught the heels of the number 13 Kenneth Harris in coverage. So if that ball was up and he allowed a little bit of room to run underneath, that would have been 6 for the Eagles.
So the clock stops with 1:05 to go here, with East Kentwood up 27-14 before the half. Van Lake, 2 receivers split outside, 2 inside. I think we're going to see a timeout here. Who's going to use it? East Kentwood's going to use it. Hey, are you looking for a way to keep up with multiple high school football games on a Friday night? Boy, do I have some news for you. Live look-ins with touchdowns and big plays all in one show. It's happening right now, as a matter of fact. Join hosts Ryan Slocum and Rob Rubik on the State Champs YouTube page and Local 4+.
Got some scores from around the area in the second quarter.
Boy, what a fun game we're having. 2 offenses early on that really were doing whatever they wanted, and now we've got 2 defenses that have kind of flexed their muscle.
Yep, defenses to stand up. Good adjustments by both sides. And again, I think the field position, like you mentioned, Sean, has been kind of a storyline of this first half. Is East Kentwood, I mean, they've started with great field position, and so is Hudsonville. But East Kentwood has just had a few bit more opportunities, and they've done a few more things with those opportunities.
2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Their own 41, I might add. The Eagles, Brady Van Lake, the quarterback, looks to the near sideline. He's got trip receivers outside, 1 near side. Single back is Harsma. Shotgun formation, Van Lake back to pass. Looking outside, completing outside. That's a long throw. It's going to be good enough for a first down, and a flag comes in as well, Grant.
Yep, they go right to Lawson Weber.
Complete to number 11, Lawson Weber.
See what the flag is. Lawson had that SportsCenter top 10 catch last week. Wouldn't be surprised if he sees a few more balls here as this night progresses.
Let's see what they're saying, far side of the field. And folks, with this stadium being as big as it is, the far side of the field here is like another zip code.
It is.
That is way across the field.
You get a defensive holding.
Well, this would be huge. This is that Dan Campbell football type of situation. Let's hold on to the ball, get that late score, because there's a big difference between them getting that ball, getting the late score, and getting the ball back. But you see Dan Campbell work that clock all the time like that. It really is amazing. 27-14, 55 seconds remaining in this first half. Can't say enough about how cool this atmosphere is, and quite frankly, the people up here in the press box as well. Thank you for your hospitality, to be sure. We appreciate it. So, Grant, they're going to move them up to, what, the 43-yard line? Indeed. Trip receivers near side, 1 far side. Van Lake, shotgun formation. Clock running now. 50 seconds to go. Back to pass. Blitz is picked up. Van Lake rolls, fires. Did he complete that far side of the field? He did. Far side of the field.
Austin Weber again.
Austin Weber, you called it. Starting to get involved now, Grant.
Good job. And Brady Van Lake is doing a great job here on this 2-minute drill to end the half, and finding open guys, but also getting them out of bounds and not having to use any of their timeouts.
That's another first down. This one down to the 32-yard line. Still, all 3 timeouts at their disposal. Van Lake back to pass. Little miscommunication there. Weber went in, pass went out. No harm, no foul. 2nd and 10, 39 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
And Lawson there ran a great little, we call that a glance route, a short post, somewhere in between a post and a slant. And he had the defender beat, Kenneth Harris, that is number 13. And Brady Van Lake just puts a ball behind him. It's one Van Lake is going to want back.
27-14, waning seconds of this second quarter. East Kentwood with a 2nd and 10. Van Lake going to take off and run. Makes a cut of 30, 25. Flags come flying, Grant, as he dances out of bounds about the 25-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yeah, I think they may get Lawson Weber, a little perimeter holding, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's wait for the official call, but I believe you are right.
Oh, it's on defense.
Okay.
I stand corrected.
Well, I'm going to side with you anyway, okay?
I appreciate your part.
No problem. That's huge.
Yeah, we're talking about facilitating a drive that didn't look like it had much going, but you didn't have to call a timeout. Now you're somehow inside the 15. Well, here's Hudsonville.
All the way down, Grant, to the 15-yard line. Still 31 seconds to work with. Van Lake rolling near side. He's going to take off and run. 10-5, touchdown. My goodness gracious. There's a flag on the far side of the field, but it's like you hit that X button when you're playing a video game.
Yeah, and you better QB contain because, boy, when Brady Van Lake decides to get outside the pocket, there's not much that's going to stop him. He shows his athleticism, his speed. Now, there is a yellow hanky, so depending on that, really good job. And it sounds like it's going to be on East Kentwood, so, I mean, even better there for the Hudsonville Eagles.
Boy, when that kid decides he's going to kick it in another gear, watch this.
Yeah, watch him. Watch him step up and then just get outside. Just use the speed. And then understand, hey, let's put the ball in the left arm, keep it away from trouble, keep that right arm ready, and then a little bit of swagger at the end saying, hey, watch me cross that goal line.
Isn't it unbelievable how it's been an epidemic lately? By the way, the extra point is up and good. Of guys celebrating in the NFL weeks in a row at the goal line before they cross the plane. It's amazing to me.
It is. I had DeMercado in my fantasy lineup, and he went and dropped the ball. So
Did you really?
Yeah, it was tough.
That was one of the strangest losses I've ever seen in my life, and that is not an overstatement. I thought we had a Bills Mafia there for a second. You see that down there? All right, that's okay. I can handle the push-ups. I thought if we have young people diving through tables, they might frown down on that at this level.
It's the West Side.
Push-ups are okay, absolutely. One of the fine staff up here said that's cool, and I'm with it. Yeah, you don't need the Bills Mafia stuff, right? No. In case you missed it, and you don't understand the reference we're making, the Buffalo Bills fans, for whatever reason, started a tradition of guys jumping off of tables and jumping onto other tables and trying to break them. Mm-hmm. I don't understand the significance, Grant, but who am I to say that that's crazy?
Different strokes for different folks.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely. Do what you need to do. Push-ups are good for you. 20 seconds to go here in this first half. It is now a 27-21 lead. This kickoff taken, 5-yard line, 10, 15, 20. A little space out there. Broke out of one tackle. Still spinning and running near side. Finally brought down at the 25. But what an electrifying return, Grant. Jeez, Pete. By Edmonds.
Yeah, Amon Edmonds. We haven't called his name too much. Stephon Jones is really taking the load off of the offense, but man, you could see right there, Amon Edmonds with the versatility, the athleticism. Looks like he was about to cut back across the whole field. Doesn't surprise me after hearing about how much he means to this offense and this team. He is a vital player on this East Kentwood team.
Well, let's see what Kaufman and the Falcons decide to do here. Only 9 seconds remaining. They are getting the second half kick, by the way. Kaufman going to send a man in motion. He's back to pass. He's going to take off running. He's got a first down and more out past the 40 and brought down at about the 44, and that should be the last play. Did he get the timeout in?
Coach Spencer was running towards stripes.
They're going to say he got the timeout in, so they're going to have one more play on the clock.
Yep, they got it off.
One more play on the clock. Don't forget, we'll check in with Patty downstairs at the end of the first half.
Your score, East Kentwood 27, Hudsonville 21.
So one more play.
Correction, there is 1 second.
They're going to put 1 second on the clock. 1 second
East Kentwood
on the
called
clock.
Timeout with 1 second left. That's their second timeout to have.
You got to think that, Amon Edmonds, maybe even Stephon Jones are going to be the candidates. But also, you got a quarterback that's heading to Michigan State next year. You got a receiver in Owen Vanderveen who's 6'5". Can provide him a little bit of protection. Maybe you can toss one up and see if Owen Vanderveen can't come down with it.
Let's see what an exciting first half it has been. There's a look at the scoreboard for the moment at Eagle Stadium. Beautiful facility out here in Hudsonville.
Vanderveen, 6'5", right there. Edmonds, their best skill player, and then Stephon Jones, who's been balling out today.
He sure has. He's got 2 already. So let's see if Kaufman takes 1 crack at it. Now they all drop back. Kaufman gonna step. He's gonna fire. He's got a man out there, just short. Oh my goodness gracious, it was Jones running near side. And Grant, he catches that, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, if he puts a little bit of air under that, Jones is going to walk into the end zone. Really good job. Safety's bit down over the middle of the field, and Jones was able to sneak out the back door over top.
My goodness, what an exciting first half it was. And before we go to our halftime extravaganza, why don't we throw it down to Patty Cesarini. Patty?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Coach, a string of crazy events to end the first half. How would you describe it?
Yeah, exactly that. I think it was a lot of crazy string events. Some of the penalties didn't go our way. We're not going to cry about it. We got to move on and play football. But I like where we're at right now, and we got to keep it moving.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
Sean.
Thank you very much, Patty. Grant, catch your breath. Exciting first half. I think the offenses started out setting the tone early, but it was kind of the defenses that took a little bit back of the control, if you will, and 27-21 at the half.
We got a great game. Hudsonville was able to march back down the field, get this thing to a 1-score game. East Kentwood's going to start with the ball second half. Should be a doozy.
All right, we are going to send it back to the studio. I know we're going to give people a chance to check out the score, right, Kevin? All right, good stuff. We'll come back second half action here on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
Is Mike ready for us? I believe Mike is. Mike, what do you have for us at Walled Lake?
Welcome back to Walled Lake Western High School, ladies and gentlemen, where we are 21-14 at the half. We had 2 high-flying offenses coming into this game, both teams averaging over 40 points a game, and, well, they didn't disappoint in the second quarter. It started with a 56-yard TD run for Lakeland by number 11, Jackson Schneeman. He went down the sidelines, cut to the middle, and ran away from everybody. On the next drive, Walled Lake Western took the lead on a 32-yard TD run by Donovan Triplett. On that play, it was set up by another 32-yard bomb from David Krall to Timon Duggan. Walled Lake Western quickly got the ball back again and had another 8.
In 2013, Detroit was the city America forgot. A city in bankruptcy, divided and broken. Then a different kind of leader stepped forward. Mayor Mike Duggan brought people together to put politics aside, and together they found solutions. The 47,000 abandoned houses.
Touchdown, and that's where we stand, 21-14 at the half. I expect more fireworks in the second half. Back to you guys in the studio.
Appreciate that, Mike. Great match up there in the Lakes Valley Conference. We got some action still going here, Rob. Harper Woods has found the end zone again. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time, thank you.
Going for 2?
Rob Rubik, Ryan Slocum here, and here is Harper Woods going for 2. They are in pink tonight with a $1:21 still to play here in the second.
He just throws it over.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't maybe 10 years ago you saw the fade stop, back shoulder throw, and the NFL came in. And then all of a sudden 5 years ago the college team. The high schools are doing it now. Come on. Wow. Are you, that Traverse City game on the left? So Pontiac Prep just scored again, right? Haven't they scored again since we were there?
I believe they have.
Huh.
Well, Rob, you know it helps when you have athletes like Dakota Grant out there. He's one of the best wide receivers in the country.
For Harper Woods.
For
yes,
Harper Woods,
absolutely.
yeah. I mean, it's incredible the athletes they have out there, and they're putting on a show so far, 21-10.
You know what I want to make a point about this too is the coaching in the state of Michigan has improved so much. We talk about players getting better with training and lifting and off-season stuff and 7-on-7, but the coaching around the state is much improved than it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. These guys, most of them play collegiately, or if they haven't, they go to clinics. They're trying to improve their craft, and we see that on the field.
Well, Rob, I think we talked about it one of the first weeks here on The Score about just the level of the offenses that they're putting in. And I think that has something to say about the coaching, too, as well. That we mentioned the RPO game going on.
RPO out of a full house tee.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've actually called a coach friend of mine, and he goes, really? I said, yeah, RPO out of full house tee.
Incredible stuff going on. And you're seeing it. We've got some great recruits and great coaches going on to do some great things as well.
I tell you, Sink. Is he number 7? Is that Sink for Travis?
Number 7, yep.
Yeah, for Pontiac Prep. He's just a one-man wrecking crew. He's a receiver, but man, do they do a great job. Coach Fox does a great job of getting him the football many different ways. And in the passing game, they run go routes, they run slants, they run all different things with him, which I think is awesome. Be creative, get your ball player, your playmakers, the ball in their hand as many times as you can, and they will make plays.
When you called their state championship game a year ago against Frankenmuth, it helps too. We talked about it earlier. When you got a quarterback that can get him the ball in any sort of any situation you put him in.
They're just loaded. It amazes me though that they're not that good on defense.
Yeah.
And no, they've played some good offensive teams. I mean, you're looking at they played Jackson Lumen Christie. Herb Brogan's team is really good offensively. This Traverse City team that you can see, they have a bunch of athletes as well. You just wonder maybe they get to the playoffs and they play some teams maybe in the early rounds that aren't quite as good. You'll see a little bit better defensive showing.
So far, 49-32, with about 4:15 to play in the third quarter in that game. Harper Woods, Celine. Celine's got a $108 to do something. Tommy Carr lets it rip. Got a man downfield, but he overthrows him. They can strike quick, so a minute and you're on the wrong side of the field. That's plenty of time for Celine to make something happen, but it's 3rd and 10.
Well, then, here's the double-edged sword. You're trying to do this. What if you throw another incomplete here and you leave 55 seconds on the clock and you're giving it back to the team that just went down the field pretty quickly against you? So when you're calling a play in this situation, you gotta, maybe be a little bit cautious and say, okay, we can throw the ball, but let's make it's just a sure pass, maybe a short pass. We get a chance to get the first down, but yet if we don't get it, we keep the clock going. Something maybe to a back out in the flat, a screen would be good. Try and throw a screen.
Tried to dump it down.
Whoa!
No good.
Whoa! Look who's here.
This.
Wow.
This.
I've met Kelvin Johnson. I met Barry Sanders. But I'm about meet man I like even better.
Oh man. Barry Sanders.
Oh yeah.
Or Hungry Howie. Which I don't know, man.
Well, Barry never brought pizza when I met him.
Yeah, you need to find somebody who looks at you like Rob looks at Hungry Howie. Holy smokes. Look at this.
Look at the melon on him.
Wow, it's bigger than mine. Holy cow.
Oh, yes.
Hungry Howie,
I love this.
What's up, dude?
I watch enough TV when they... Dude, seriously, Howie? It's a little bit chilly. Come on. What's up, man?
Where have you been, Howie?
This isn't one of those fake we're going to eat pizza.
Wow.
I'm going to eat this pizza.
Now, Hungry. Mr. Howie,
all right, bud.
Tell us about the pink box. You got to tell us
He
about
don't
it.
talk.
No, he says no.
No.
Can you sign language it or something?
It's a pink box.
Breast awareness.
Yep.
They do it every year at Hungry Howie's. It's awesome.
And who's this?
That's you.
Oh, it is. You're such a big deal.
You walk around with a picture of yourself all the time? If I looked that good, I would.
So this doubles your driver's license too? When the cops pull you over, Howie?
That's what took him so long. Hungry Howie, dude. You're the man. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I guess we're going up. Yeah. There we go.
Appreciate the pie. Oh, my.
Wow. That was, I haven't...
One of the better moments of my life.
It's up there, yeah.
Oh, this is good.
It's always good.
Oh.
Appreciate it. Wow. Hungry Howie. Who knew? Have you ever seen Dennis the Menace and Hungry Howie in the same room at the same time?
Never.
Yeah,
You never will.
Either. It's amazing.
I feel like the whole Clark Kent thing, right? And Superman, yeah.
Right. Oh, man. Well, that was something. Maybe we should get back to some work or something, Rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm covering up my mic because I'm chomping away on that pizza. It's probably...
Oh, damn, I'm judging.
We're trying to think, do I want to keep this? It was good enough. I wanted to. Appreciate Hungry Howie's, as you can see. Big sponsor of the show. Helps us bring you the show every week. Glad you're here with us. Wherever you're joining us from, you're not going to see this anywhere else, but right here on the State Champs Network and Local 4.
Hey, at the bottom right, remember I told you about going to halftime?
You did.
I think Harper Woods has the ball, and they're on the move again.
You know, this team, they're incredible, man. You know, we mentioned Dakota Grant. That guy has scored on a pick six. I believe he's got 8 touchdowns through the air. I think he's ran for like 5. And he's returned balls as well. I mean, every single way you can score, this guy's doing it.
And where's Dakota? Is he committed anywhere?
He's committed nowhere yet, but he's got every school on earth looking at him. Alabama, Michigan,
oh, he's
name it.
He is a 4-star or 3-star or 4-star?
5.
He's a 5-star?
Yeah, he's one of the top receivers in the country. And he's not alone. They got kids younger than him that they say could be even better. This team is loaded. Yeah, you mentioned it. There you go, Rob. They're at the 35-yard line.
Still with 25 seconds.
25 seconds. They got time.
Well, you allowed them to say, that's huge. Because you allowed them to save their timeouts. I don't know if they have any left. The coach, they must have had one because the clock has stopped. But that definitely takes them out of field goal range. Now the box, the clock, score box we have does not indicate timeout, so we can only speculate. But we know they burned one right here.
Yeah, 18.8 left in the half. Go back to the quad box. Eisenhower and Dakota, they're back on the field.
We got Creek and Groves starting the second half at Groves. See the Falcon in the middle of the field. Coach Flaherty's team. Brendan Flaherty had a great team last year. Had Barry Sanderson was a running back for them.
Absolutely.
Went off to Toledo, I believe. That's where he had, at the time when I was covering them, he was heading.
Yeah, they've had a great run here the past few years. Coming into this game at 3-3.
We do have announcements at Celine if we want to send it to them.
You know what we should do? Harper Woods, let's see if Celine can hold them up. We're going to send it to Celine and listen a little bit to see if they can get to the half and keep the score just 21-10. Let's head to Celine right now.
See what Celine does dial up. It looks like they're bringing less pressure. So Grant's in motion, and the quarterback steps it up. Almost intercepted. Number 14, Bryce Barbarino on the coverage on Grant.
It looked like they only were going to rush 3, but at the last minute, it looks like a rare shooter blitz from the linebacker spot caused a little confusion, and they were able to get pressure on Rumshaw.
And that's a good thing.
It was.
So now if we can get, if I'm Harper Woods, I don't even allow Celine to even think about returning. It's not that.
Yeah, you hear the broadcaster saying right there. Yeah, I'm not sure. You just catch it, do a real quick pooch punt, directional punted, and I think both teams would be happy just going to halftime. You see Celine probably taking it in. It's exactly what did. Real short step, a one-stepper. It goes into the end zone, eats some time, and with what, just 6 seconds, I think Celine will take a knee here, head into the half, so maybe we can move on, and let's see what we got. Upper left, Traverse City. Looks like they're nearing the red zone. Let's head to Pontiac off of M24, Walton Boulevard. Find out what's happening at Pontiac Prep Notre Dame to see if St. Francis can score here.
Here's the counter play. And this is Daisiak, and he's back to the original line of scrimmage. And he was tackled by Brody Sink. So number 7.
We've heard that number a lot tonight.
Brody Sink is flashing all over the screen tonight. Multiple touchdown catches, a 2-point conversion catch, a lot of different types of tackles. Tackle in space, tackle in the box, whether you want to play in coverage at the line of scrimmage. He's pretty adept at doing it all. Twins to the top and bottom now on this second down play for the Gladiators. Tyler Thompson, the motion man. Tyler Andrus is going to bounce it out left, and he's brought down at the 25. Maybe a half-yard loss on that carry.
Love to be able to see them in that situation call off the run. Seeing 3 guys blitzing in that situation. Maybe for the quarter.
No, we'll have one more play here before this quarter goes through.
Oh, for sure. We do have the.
We've got 40 seconds left.
Yeah, at Pontiac Prep here, we're going to kind of glaze over this a little bit. As you said, this could be the last play. Incomplete pass, obviously they get another play, but this is a big play here. I think this is 3rd down and 10. They draw him in on a little middle screen, and they cannot convert the catch. Oh, they had it set up. I mean, there were literally 8 white jerseys and 3 green ones down the field, and they just can't complete it.
Him was the official.
Right, yeah. The umpire was standing where he lines up where the linebackers are. That's the 2nd or 3rd play I've watched today that Traverse City, St. Francis, has set up beautifully, and they just don't execute it. The play calling was there. I mean, that's what you're looking for, and that's just Josh Linke did a great job. The head coach who replaced Josh Sellers, a legendary coach who replaced his father, Larry Sellers, who was a legendary coach at Traverse City, St. Francis. So a big 4th down and 10. Let's see what they do here. Pressure's coming. He gets it off, but now he's going to be short. Oh! And he's going to take it to the house. It looks like they're going to be short in space. Could not tackle him.
Incredible. Tyler Thompson just makes a little move, and he's gone. Here's another look at it. Right there, it looks like he's toast. Little stutter step, see ya.
Okay, now they're going to say, we're getting crews telling us that they're going to mark him short, not of the 1st down, short of the touchdown. But if that's the case, they're going to have to put time back on the clock. But it looks like they're going for the conversion, the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the conversion here.
It's a conversion you're putting the ball. Hey, peanut section.
So here we go, Rob. It's been back and forth all day. One scores, another scores.
No. Good job defensively. That's a big play because I guess it still would have been a 2-possession game, wouldn't it? So I called a hundo. What are they at? 87.
They're getting there, and we got a quarter and 15 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to get to a hundo. There's no question.
Hey, we missed it earlier when we were in that double box. Parma Western scored a touchdown. They've taken the lead coming back there. They have beaten Jackson Northwest 10 straight years. They haven't won since week 1. Everybody was thinking, man, Jackson Northwest, this is the year. Right now, Parma Western says we're going to make it 11. They're up 17-6, 17 unanswered.
Look at bottom left, the replay here. Clarkson, West Bloom, pressure in the pocket, gets the ball off, and I thought we were going to see a pick. Usually we see a quarterback delivering the ball and he gets hit and it throws off his rhythm and the ball goes fluttering out of his hands. Oh, those defenders are salivating down there because that's probably the only ball they can catch. Because a hard spiral they can't catch. That's why they play defense.
But that's a 3rd down.
Yeah.
So that means West Bloom's got to kick it away. They do. Tough catch there, falling to the ground. He brings it in. Clarkson with a 3-point lead. We saw they kicked the field goal there as time expired in the 1st half. Greenville at Cadillac.
Hey, that back, you're tough.
21-0.
Yeah, they're kind of. Greenville went up north and is really taking advantage of Cadillac's schedule and the conference they're playing in right now because is not strong right now. So for Greenville to come up there, this is probably the best opponent Cadillac has faced to date this year.
Well, you know
they're in a conference with some smaller schools as well. So for Cadillac Vikings, this may be a little eye-opening and maybe a little check with his team. Oh, look at this, Clarkson.
Still on his feet,
Man.
takes 4 guys, finally brings them down. Well, you know the problem is they've been rock and rolling all night. That's what.
Well, they want to party.
Partying every day.
Yeah, all night long, party every day.
Problem.
That is a Kiss reference by my partner Ryan Slocum, by the way, because it is Kiss night at Cadillac.
Kiss night. Was he Peter Criss or Ace?
Peter
really?
Criss.
Yeah.
Ace had the star, the silver star. Or was that Paul Stanley?
Paul had the star.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we go. You see Clarkson in the bottom left and the Michigan Wolverine going against West Bloom in the bottom left. And the upper right, Elmont, threatening against the Blue Devils of Richmond.
Nothing doing that time.
Clarkson taking a shot. Oh! Woo-hoo! What a toss. What a toss and what a catch. Whoa, Ryan, I misdirected you with another game, but if you get a chance, hopefully we see a replay, and on cue, here it is. Drops back, has enough time, gets it off, and watch this. Dropping it in a basket. Right there, the defender shoots by it. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty.
I tell you, football is a beautiful sport at times.
Lucas
it can be
Bowman.
violent, it can be aggressive, but it can really display a lot of beauty.
Yeah, one of the twins right there, bringing it in. Elmont. We got a touchdown.
Oh, we got to act.
Bite into real Wisconsin flavor with the new roasted garlic and bacon pub burger at Culver's.
Touchdown, they're bringing out the conversion team.
Yeah, that Elmont game, told you that's for the Blue Water Conference Championship. Both teams coming in 6-0.
Yeah, I hear Blue Water. And my wife and I, the last couple of years, we take it, since I'm retired, we take an afternoon, we go to Freighters. It's in Port Huron.
I've been there.
And you sit there in the outside and you watch the Blue Water Bridge and Freighters, the big boats go through there. You have a nice little lunch. It's just beautiful. It's really
awesome.
A neat place.
You go there too, huh?
It's
awesome.
Yeah.
Great
Big
restaurant.
fan of Freighters.
21-7 now, Elmont, after Brody takes it in. Midway through the third. Elmont trying to get back to Ford Field. They've made it there a couple of times in recent years. Looking to finally bring home that championship trophy.
Now, you said both these teams in the bottom left, 6-0 coming in, Elmont
6-0.
and Richmond. Richmond known really for their wrestling. They've been an outstanding high school wrestling school for years. And usually through wrestling schools, it translates to having good football. I mean, Hudson has been a power in the state in Division 8 and 7 for years, the Tigers, and they're a great wrestling school. You look at Lowell. When Noel Dean was coaching football there as well as wrestling, they had some really good teams.
They didn't lose for decades.
The thing about wrestlers is they make such good football players because all they do in wrestling is keep people off your legs, and you work with your hands, and they get that good strength in their hands.
Boy, I enjoy that score. That is something that State Champs unveiled last winter, if you remember. We did it on a hockey night, and boy, the boys do a fantastic job with that. Cheesy broadcasting segue. Do you know who else does a great job? Let's throw it down to Patty Cesarini. Hi, Patty.
Coach, you find yourself trailing by a touchdown going into the locker room at half. What was the message in the locker room?
Just do what we do. You know what? First half wasn't the best half for us defensively. I felt offensively picked it up inside the turnover. We'll make some adjustment. We'll be ready to roll the second half. You know, just a great opportunity. We'll start off on D, so kind of see what those adjustments look like, and hopefully get a stop right off the get-go.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sean?
Great stuff, Patty. Thank you very much. Grant Perry about to start this second half of play. Hey, look, still anybody's ball game, no doubt about that. East Kentwood does get the ball to start this second half, and they have a 27-21 lead.
Yeah, and it plays into their favor. They've been playing really good offensive football, and Hudsonville has followed suit more so towards the end of that first half. But when East Kentwood is rolling, they're rolling, and it's led by their quarterback, Cade Kaufman, and he's had the ability, partially due to the way the defense is set up, just to have free throws. And free throws, I mean off coverage by the cornerback. And he's been picking them apart in the pass game, led by Stephen Jones, number 11. We've seen a little bit of number 4, Amon Edmonds, come alive But as far as for Hudsonville, if they can start controlling this clock and keeping Cade off the field, maybe get some stops, get this thing to even or even them with the lead, I think that's where they want to be, obviously. And it starts with ball control in the line of scrimmage, and that's what Hudsonville's got to win.
And we're about 20 seconds away from this second half kick. I think it stopped raining. It was coming down pretty hard for a couple minutes, and then it started that drizzle stuff. And Lord knows we're familiar with that drizzle stuff in the great state of Michigan in the month of October. But I think it's moved out of the area. And hopefully Patty and the crew can stay cool down there. There's a look at Tyrone Spencer. Certainly a legend. Yep, there you go. Keeping his eye on things. 30, see, old habits die hard. 24 minutes away from getting a huge win on the road against Hudsonville. But the Eagles have something to say about that. Two dynamic quarterbacks tonight. We've seen them both make plays at various times, Grant. I don't expect that to change here in the second half.
Not at all. We've seen Cade and his throws, and we've seen Brady Van Lake make some throws, but also really be effective with his legs. Look for him to try to use those legs in his second half, especially when it gets down to crunch time.
It's amazing how many cell phones are out up here in the press box watching a certain baseball game tonight, Grant. Do you have any idea who's playing tonight?
The Tigers and the Seattle Mariners. Is that right? Yeah. No.
Good luck to the Tigers.
Big one tonight.
Good luck to the Tigers, no doubt. My son needs to find out quick, fast, and hurry because he might be on a plane tomorrow to go to Toronto, as a matter of fact. Short kick again, taken at about the 23-yard line. Out past the 30, brought down about the 33-yard line, and that is where Kaufman and this Falcon offense will take over. Going to mark it just short of the 34, as a matter of fact. Grant, both these quarterbacks, we really hyped them up in the pregame, and they didn't let us down.
No, they haven't. And Cade has been really effective with his arm, and we've seen Brady do both, but more so with his legs and his ability to avoid tacklers.
Kaufman now looking over that defense, awaiting the snap, going to start it on the ground. This time the Falcon defense having none of it. That is going to be a loss of one, as a matter of fact, as they were all kinds of fired up that time, Grant.
Yeah, William Mandrick right there did a great job of coming off the edge. And a lot of the times we saw the Hudsonville defense collapse was when the outside contain wasn't there, wasn't able to turn the run up into their help. And right there, number 7, William Mandrick does a great job.
That was Ace Bryant, really didn't have a chance. Loss of one, setting up a 2nd and 11. Back to pass here. Backside pressure, down he goes. Back at the 25-yard line. Kaufman didn't have a chance there as the pursuit was just too fierce and fast.
And again, William Mandrick, number 7, coming off the edge, did a great job. And their defense did a great job as well. They did a little bit of a radar look where everyone's standing up, and you don't know whose hand is in the dirt. You don't know who's coming. And then number 7 comes off the edge, unblocked. William with a great tackle backside, bringing down Cade.
3rd and 17. Kaufman back to pass, sets up a screen. Boy, look at that shiftiness. Makes one man miss, can't make the 2nd and 3rd miss. Good open field tackle that time, Grant. May have saved a first down by Strick.
Ty Strick, cornerback, in on the tackle. Really good job because you could see Amon Edmonds working in the telephone booth. There's not much room to go, but he was making guys miss. And one more guy, and he might have been off the races. But really good job by this Eagles defense of holding this Kentwood offense to a minimum and getting off the field.
Punt this one away. Line drive punt. Fair catch called for at about the 34-yard line, and that is where the hometown team takes over. Grant with their opportunity for their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and you couldn't have asked for a better possession by your defense. Give yourself the ball back and just get to what you do best here. Getting the ball on the perimeter, that's where they've seen the most success with their runs with Owen Harzma. And then when the pass game breaks down and something isn't there, look for Brady Van Lake to get it done with his legs.
He's got a different gear, folks. If you haven't seen it yet, my goodness gracious. Check out the highlights tomorrow, okay? Woo! Van Lake in that shotgun. 10:06 to go here in this third quarter. Going to keep it on the ground. Handoff up the middle. Going to say the knee went down, although he scored it out to about the 24. They're going to say the knee went down about the 22, Grant.
Yep, he went down to 22. Good job of leaning forward because number 51, James Jones, he's been a problem in that backfield for this offensive line. And right there, he was able to get in the backfield again and cause the running back to have to move course for a very short game.
Gain of 2 for Harzma, setting up a 2nd and 8. Van Lake looking over that defense, rolling near side, throwing near side, man wide open into Falcon territory and brought down at the 35-yard line.
Talking with Coach Sandy, he said, William DeYoung doesn't show up in the stat sheet all that much, and I think he was lying to us because, man, he is having a great game in this passing attack with his 3rd or 4th reception right there, moving the chains.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff here, tried to get that pile moving. Grant, maybe a pickup of 3. This young man, let me tell you something about number 14, Owen Harzma. He's taking some pops tonight. That's one tough customer.
Yeah, he has. He runs tough, he runs physical, and he also has some good speed, too. So this East Kentwood defense is doing a good job of rallying and tackling in pairs because if this guy gets loose, it's going to be hard to catch him.
For what it's worth, that team in the Great Northwest has taken a 1-0 lead. 2 receivers far side. Shotgun formation for Van Lake. Keep it on the ground again. Harzma trying to punch it outside. Can't do it, though. Up to about the 31-yard line. Boy, he ran about 15 yards to pick up 1, Grant, setting up what should be a 3rd and 6.
Another hard run, and got to credit the safety there. Major Barnes playing flat-footed, reading and reacting to the run. Not only at safety spot, you have to react and cover the pass if it's a pass, but you got to be able to fill in the run, especially in a too high shell defense. If there's 2 safeties, you're usually responsible for a run gap. And right there, number 7, Major Barnes, the junior safety, comes in with a nice tackle.
Van Lake, as he has been all game, shotgun formation. 2 receivers split near side. Going to hand it off on the jet now. Coming near side. Oh, no, he faked the heck out of me. He went up the middle up to the 29-yard line. Good play fake there. Not a lot of real estate up front in decision time now, Grant. This is going to be about a 4th and 4. Got to be 4th down territory, right?
Yeah, you think so. And it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. And Coach Sandy, Brett Sandy here, the head coach for Hudsonville, is trusting his offense. You're in a position where you need points. Looks like East Kentwood's got a guy down.
Yeah, call a timeout here and talk about it. Hey, with high school sports back in action, we ask you to pull out those phones, go on, do it, and you can capture the big moments on the field. Send us your clips at statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision or via our social media DMs. 4th and 4 here, Coach Perry. What are you doing?
4th and 4. And the run, you've had some runs over 4 yards, but they've been doing a good job of containing it. I'm getting some type of play action pass to William DeYoung. I mean, he's been a guy that he's gone to multiple times in crucial and clutch situations. So I'd be trying to find a way to work William DeYoung open, bigger target, showing that he can catch football in traffic. That's a guy I'd want to go to here on an important down late in this game.
4th and 4, 7:19 to go here in the third quarter. East Kentwood on top, 27-21. The Falcons, 29-yard line. The Eagles with a 4th and 4. Let's see how they set this up. Weber outside, along with Van Assen. Shotgun formation, Van Assen in motion. Fake the handoff, rolling out, Van Lake in trouble, squirms out of 1, stops, throws into the end zone. Are you kidding me?
Stop it, Sean.
Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. My goodness gracious.
Sean, are you kidding me? I mean, SportsCenter's already made their way to Hudsonville a couple of times this week, interviewing Lawson Weber. They might have to make their way back to interview Brady Van Lake, because the way that he just kept that play alive. And I got a note right here, backfield creator, because this guy creates things out of the backfield. Just when it looked like the play was dead, he finds his target in the end zone with a dime of a throw to tie this thing up.
Got a chance to take the lead. Oh, they bumbled the snap, trying to throw for it into the end zone. Did he catch? He did! My goodness gracious! They bumbled the snap, but were able to throw for it anyway, Grant Perry.
Oh my goodness. Talk about being prepared for the moment. That's what that is. Not getting out of your boundaries, just understanding, hey, if something goes wrong, I know what to do. Right here is the touchdown. And you're going to see Brady Van Lake get outside the pocket and watch his ability to make Malachi Daly miss. Look at it, just turning his body, making a guy miss, and then understanding, hey, it's fourth down. I got to give my receiver an opportunity. Throws it up, and then his buddy, the man, the myth, number 81, I believe it was, comes down with that ball. Number 21 is Susie. That's Wyatt Van Assen.
Yep, it was Wyatt Van Assen.
Man, what a play. What a sequence of plays, too. That two-point conversion, really
Grant,
good job.
You watch that replay as you take a look at the two-point conversion there.
Yeah, that's
just like they
prepared.
designed it. Just like they designed it. Grant, when you look at that replay, Van Lake didn't even really set. He just kind of threw on the, you always want to set. He just hummed that ball. Unbelievable.
Saw his guy, because he when he went to jump, he wanted to throw it to William DeYoung. William DeYoung was open on the crossing route, which they hit about 2 plays ago. But the pressure by Malachi Daly forced him to have to jump, fake the throw, and spin out of it, which he did. And, I mean, what a beautiful throw after that.
My goodness gracious, is that kid special. We put him on the list. My goodness gracious. And just like that, East Kentwood takes the ball again off a short kick, trying to get outside up to about the 38-yard line. Hudsonville with their first lead of the game. They're up 29-27.
In a game that's felt like East Kentwood has kind of owned it and been in control for most of it. Just like that, you come out of half and the home team has somehow crawled their way back into the lead. Interested to see how Cade Kaufman and this offense operates now coming from behind.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Shotgun formation, Kaufman throwing near side, going up. Boy, dangerous ball. Make no mistake about that. Showing no fear out there, going up to get that was Edmonds, but Grant, that wasn't going anywhere. A gain only up to the 42.
Yep, a small gain, but you're getting positive yards on first down, which helps your second down right there. Really good throw, risky throw like you added, and a great tackle by the corner, Zayden Dykstra.
Kaufman with 6.5 to go, under 6.5 to go here in this third quarter. Now trails for the first time all game, 29-27. 2 receivers outside, 1 inside. Play clock running down. Kaufman gets a snap. He rolls right. He looks right. Still looking, still firing. Wants it up top. Picked off. Picked off, Grant Perry at the 21-yard line, and everything going the way of the home team right now.
And you talk about being in the moment. I wanted to see how this East Kentwood team would operate trailing. Now it looks like Cade Kaufman's just trying to make a play, and sometimes you can throw that ball when the defender's not looking, and you can draw that PI. But when the defender gets his eyes back and makes a play, that's when you're in trouble. And right there, number 23, Sawyer Sofzen, did a great job of corralling the football, catching it first, but getting his eyes back and making a play on that. Really good job in a huge play in a very pivotal moment in this game.
Wow, has this game turned upside down. 29-27. And it's the Eagles back on the field, Grant. Shotgun formation for Van Lake. Going to hand it off this time on the jet. Can't get outside. Takes what the defense gives him. Give him a gain of 3 up to the 25, setting up a 2nd and 7.
And this is where, if you're East Kentwood, you really got to count on your defense to play complementary football. And there's been a handful of drives where they've done that, and they've gotten off the field. And this is one of those times. That previous play right there, James Jones again in on the run play, doing a really good job from that nose tackle spot, number 51.
2nd and 7 from the 25. One of those big linemen jumped but got back in time. Clock running inside, 5.5 to go. Van Lake looking over that defense. Sends a man in motion. Boy, high snap way over Van Lake's head. Van Lake able to stop. He's going to try to run outside and then has to dive out of bounds way back at the 11. For a second, I thought he was going to throw it as he was outside the pocket, Grant, but didn't want to force anything and just danced out of bounds all the way back to the 11.
Yeah, I think he made the right decision, too, there, because I think as the play was breaking down, I think some of those linemen got across the line of scrimmage, and if he were to throw that, obviously would have been a legal man downfield on the throw. So good job by the quarterback, not making a play worse, getting on that football and just getting out of bounds.
3rd and 21. Back at the 11-yard line now. Van Lake steps up in the pocket, under pressure again, rolling. Boy, look at him throw on the run. Completes it, but I think that's out of bounds. Where's the call? Where's the call? Still, yeah, out of bounds. Boy, the home side didn't like it, but Grant, I got to be honest, I think that was the right call.
Yeah, that was tough, too, because it was a sideline ball. A lot of those helmets of Hudsonville were in the way of our line to see those toes. But Lawson Weber almost came down with another unreal catch. And, man, Brady Van Lake, when the play breaks down and he throws that football, he throws a beautiful breakdown of the play football right there. That's his second one that almost was directly on the money.
So 4th and 21, excuse me. So East Kentwood, their defense steps up big, Grant, and they're going to get the ball back after the turnover. Dodged a bullet for sure. High but short pump. This takes a little bit of an eagle bounce. Dances out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So at least East Kentwood will start in Eagle territory. Hey, at Lawrence Technological University, your vision of competing in scholarship-level college athletics can be your reality. LTU offers varsity sports for men and women while studying for a world-class undergraduate degree. Scholarships are available at lturecruityourself.com. Oh, they're going to mark that smack dab on the 50. Grant, I thought it was at the 49, but it's at the 50-yard line. So that's where the Falcons take over at the 50-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun. Back to pass. Got a man outside. This time can't connect. And we've seen that work all night. That time to Jones, no sir.
And like you said, we've seen that work all tonight. They've hit that a few times, and ever since that interception, it just quite hasn't been clicking here in the second half for East Kentwood and Cade Kaufman. It's a throw we saw him make 3 for 3 in the first half. Look for them to try to get back in rhythm and hit those receivers in stride.
2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. Trying to set up the screen this time. Able to break out of one tackle, can't break out of the 3rd and 4th. But Edmonds has taken a few pops here tonight as well. Tough kid. Give him 2 yards, setting up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah. And it feels a little bit like East Kentwood's getting a little bit away from the run game. And if you flash back to the end of that first half, their run game really started to churn. They had a few big runs to end the half. And been putting the ball in Cade Kaufman's hand, understandably, but the run game was working. I like to see them try to get back to some of that run game to help out these 3rd down.
3rd and 8. Falcons show blitz through the hands of the intended receiver, Jones, that time. Probably wants that one back, Grant.
Yep, and that's a ball behind you, but as a receiver, you're supposed to help your quarterback any way possible, especially if he's in a little bit of a slump right now and this the second half has started. That's a catch that Stephen Jones can catch, and he knows he can make.
So they have to kick it away now, Grant. Eagles going to get the ball back now. High punt. Takes a bounce inside the 5, and I think it dove into the end zone. It did, as a matter of fact.
Stempel's pass is touchdown
So,
at the 2-yard line.
well, they're going to mark it down at the 2. My apologies. And a flag down on the field as well. Let's see what that's about.
Good job on the cover team there.
Hey, by the way, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and so much more. Log on to MHSAA.com for more info.
1-yard line for Hudsonville will take over 1st and 10.
So they're going to move that. Boy, now, Grant, inside the 1-yard line, it looks like.
And again, here, if you're East Kentwood, you really got to try to, I know offense isn't helping you, but if you're the defense, you got to play another round of complimentary football here. So if you hold them, to a 3 and out, you're almost pretty much guaranteed great field position for your offense.
4:02 to go here in the third quarter. Hudsonville starting inside their own 1-yard line. Van Lake shotgun about 10 yards deep. Yeah, we'll say 7.5 yards deep, about midway.
If you're Hudsonville, you can't let 51 right there wreck the play here, especially on your own area.
Shotgun formation. Van Lake with a keeper all the way, able to give themselves a little room, Grant, up to about the 5-yard line.
And that's a smart call there. They go quarterback design and run. They get all 10 guys besides the quarterback involved in the blocking scheme, which gives you a little bit of a numbers advantage. Allows your quarterback there to give you a little bit of breathing room here on 2nd down.
We'll call it 2nd and 6 from about the 5-yard line. Van Lake looking over that defense, sends a man in motion, far side to near. The give on the jet, trying to get to the edge. Oh, legs fell out from underneath him as a flag flies back at about the 5-yard line, and that's going to go against the home team.
At the 9-yard line by number 7, Major Barnes for the Falcons. Penalty flag on the play.
It's all for naught, but boy, it looked like Grant. He may have had some space on the near side.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be able to turn the corner, and it looked like the receiver had a good block on the corner at the the point of attack down here on the screen, and he just couldn't quite get the edge. And all, like you said, all for nothing because it was coming back regardless.
Ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line.
So we're going to spot this back at about the 2-yard line. 2.5 to be precise.
Again, if you're Hudsonville, this is the guy you have to try to get 2 people on, James Jones.
Van Lake on this 2nd and 8.5. Stands in his end zone, fires out of the end zone, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Grant. He had it in his hands and just couldn't pull it in, was Weber.
Man, oh man, you want to talk about the perfect picture. You get outside leverage from your corner. You're running a post route. There's no safety in the middle of the field, and all you see is green grass. Brady Van Lake lays a beautiful football up and over the defense, but you got to credit Austin Nelson. The ball hit Lawson's hands. Looks like he's catching it, but he fought through the whistle there, knocked the ball out just in time.
3rd and 8.5. Shotgun formation again. Van Lake standing about 5 yards deep of his own end zone. Going to hand it off on the jet, trying to get to the outside. No way. Great pursuit by that Falcon defense. And once again, Grant, it's the defense is making stands in this back and forth tilt.
Yes, and right there, number 9, Bendy Kanda. Strong outside linebacker, did a great job. The senior, not worried, right? You see the motion, you see the outside perimeter run coming. You just got to keep contained. Don't give up too much ground. Force it to your help. He did just that. And East Kentwood should receive some pretty good field position.
Let's see if they go after it here, Grant. They got a man standing on the 40, but when you're standing that deep in your own end zone, bought himself a little room. Good punt there. Going to let this one bounce. This goes sideways, and well, it's going to be about a +2 from where East Kentwood started their last drive, Grant. They started on the 50. This time they start on the other side of the 50 at the Eagles' 48-yard line. 2:13 to go here in this third quarter. Hudsonville on top, 29-27.
And if I'm East Kentwood here, I'm starting with Jesse Phillips, number 6, running back, and I'm getting the party going. Gap scheme where I'm pulling linemen. We're pulling at the point of attack just to try to set up my second and third down because they've been running up short here on third down, and they've been forcing to punt because their first and second down haven't been good. Let's see if they get to the run game here.
Kaufman, shotgun formation, sends a man in motion near side to far. Swings it out right there. Doesn't get the block, doesn't beat the first man either. Brought down immediately. Vanderveen.
And you see they're still attacking east and west right there, trying to get a screen. And we've seen that a few times here these last 2 drives. A screen to their slot receiver, Amon Edmonds, trying to get him in space. And in Hudsonville, credit to them, they've been doing a good job of containing the receiver screen.
2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Kaufman in that shotgun, wearing the number 8. Keeper all the way. He scored a long touchdown on a run just like that, this time able to get it past the 45 up to about the 43-yard line. Grant a manageable 3rd and 5 now.
Very manageable. And you put yourself into a situation, too, where if you get to a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and you feel good about it, you're in a position to where you might have the okay from Coach Cy Spencer to go from it. But when you're 3rd and 8, 4th and 10, like there's no opportunity here. So really good job on second down by Kaufman, picking up about 4 or 5 yards there.
3rd and 5 from the 43-yard line. Inside, a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter. 29-27.
Condensed split.
The home team on top. 3rd and 5. Good job going up and getting that. That should be a first down. Grant, that should be a first down,
yep,
right?
It is. Far judge is waving it.
Yeah,
and
Edmonds going up again. That young man has no fear.
Yeah, I got a skill, Sean. I'm not really braggadocious. I don't really brag on myself. But when I see a condensed split, there's a good chance that I'm going to call out that it's going to go to that receiver. And that's like 2 for 3 tonight on the night. So I'll take it personally.
I'm not going against you.
No,
pal.
I know you're not.
I'm just not going to do it.
I see that condensed split and another one to the top of the field. We'll see if they attack it.
Kaufman looking over that defense. Waning moments of this 3rd quarter. This time comes near side. Behind the intended receiver, Jones. And incomplete.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times tonight from Cade Kaufman. Now, he has been accurate. He's been throwing some really good balls. But there's been a couple throws that his receivers have helped him on. Owen Vanderveen has caught a couple balls behind him tonight. We've seen Stephen Jones have a couple behind him. More so towards this second half. Let's see if Cade Kaufman can start putting that thing in front of his receivers, giving them the opportunity to also run after the catch.
15 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10 now for East Kentwood at the Hudsonville 38. Kaufman evades 1. Now takes off running. Oh my goodness, up the gut. First down and more inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line.
Man, Sean, when these quarterbacks look like there's nowhere to go, both Brady Van Lake and Cade Kaufman have just put their foot in the ground and got north and south. Really good job. And just when it looked like Cade was going to get hawked down from the backside, puts his foot in the ground and picks up a first down.
That is it for the 3rd quarter. Don't you dare go anywhere. We've got the exciting 4th quarter action for you from Hudsonville on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry Howie's. I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance.
And I'm Debbie Stroh, your local Medicare expert, here to make your Medicare journey less confusing.
And best of all, our services are completely free. Visit us online today at legacypartnersins.com.
This is Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell, and this is attorney Mark Bernstein. Both of these men are respected, but only one of them can get you money after an accident.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Welcome back in. So glad you could join us here. Fourth quarter action. While we have a second, why don't we throw it down to Patty? Patty?
Thanks, Sean. This Hudsonville team is actually a little quiet and reserved until it's time to play football. They joke around all the time that they lose the pregame warm-up, but the second it's time for kickoff, this team flips a switch and they bring the energy, and they definitely did to start the second half. You guys saw the lightsaber. That's for turnovers. They also have a touchdown chain. They have a ball boy doing the worm out here on the sidelines. We're in for an exciting fourth quarter. Back up to you guys.
Oh, that's great. 1st and 10, though. Stumbling as he got the ball. That play didn't have a chance. Grant kind of falling into the turf right about the line of scrimmage was Edmonds. I believe that was Edmonds. Was that Fort? No, it was Phillips, excuse me. 2nd and 10 now. 2 receivers outside. Sending the man in motion near side to far. Stepping up into the end zone, going up and getting it, touchdown. Far side of the field, Van Der Veen with a big touchdown reception to put East Kentwood back on top.
Let's watch it here. You're going to see a go route. Van Der Veen's going to come in motion, and he's going to end up down the sideline here. And that's 6'4", 6'5", in motion, going to make a play. And if you're a quarterback, that's a no-brainer. They run the fake screen, and they just send Owen Van Der Veen up the sideline. And if you're a quarterback, you're going to take that height advantage all day. He makes the catch over number 12, Harrison Phillips, for the go-ahead lead.
Yeah, really no reason, Grant. I get it. Why not go for 2 here, right? Go up by 6. Kaufman with a man in motion. Back to pass over the middle. Got it. Nothing fancy there. I'm going to say it again. That guy, Edmonds, tough little receiver, goes to some ugly spots and did it again right smack dab in the middle of that defense for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he's their go-to guy. That's Amon Edmonds now. We've seen a lot of Stephon Jones, number 11, but when things need an answer, they usually look to Amon Edmonds. He's their go-to guy, the leader of this receiver room. And last week, 6 receptions, 89 yards, and a touchdown versus Caledonia. So, I mean, this guy has proven that he's their go-to guy, and you can see it. He hasn't had a breakaway run, but you can see in between those hashes, shiftiness and elusive skills from Amon Edmonds.
So East Kentwood back on top, 35-29. Let's see what the hometown Eagle offense can do, because they have certainly come alive as this game has progressed.
For the Eagles, number 1, Tyler Strick, and number 21, Wyatt.
While we have a moment, why don't we throw it down to Patty? Patty?
Well, guys, Owen Van Der Veen actually tore his ACL last year, was out for the season, and coming back this year just added a ton of depth for the Falcons at 6'5", 200 pounds. So play at tight end or wide receiver, also acts as a big-time security target in case they run into trouble. And you just saw him right there on that touchdown. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Patty. Another deep kick. This one is going to be returnable from about the 1-yard line. 10, 15, 20. 25, out past the 30. Good return, Grant, up to about the 32-yard line. And that's where this Eagle offense will take over with a hanky down about the 20-yard line, Grant. And, of course, you know what that means. Hey, Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's Cajun Crust, famous for flavor. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. How good is that Cajun Crust pizza? And I thank my pal Grant Perry for bringing one again.
It is.
Thank you, Hungry Howie's. We cannot do these games without your help. So Van Lake and this offense back on the field. Now they trail by 6 with 11:15 to go. Starting deep in their own territory again. 10-yard line. Van Lake rolling near side. Stop. Going up top. Got his man wide open. Just out of the outstretched arms of Weber.
Man, really good double move by Lawson Weber. Broke his guy off, did the old out and up. And I think if they had Brady Van Lake on the left hash rolling right, he's throwing to the right sideline, I think that ball gets completed. That's a really hard throw. Throwing off your left foot, rolling opposite, of your dominant arm. Really hard throw, but nonetheless, they had a great look. Really good route by number 11, Lawson Weber.
2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line. We got the orb out here again.
They're watching, Sean.
Oh, boy. Van Lake going to keep this one. Big burst out past the 15. Very close to a first down. Let's see where they mark him. Yes, first down. Just over the 20-yard line. He took a big pop, but kind of rolled forward, Grant, for the first down.
Yeah, and good job, too. It was a quarterback decision on whether to give it to the running back or keep it himself. That defensive end jumped up and bit for the running back, so he kept it, saw an angle in the lane, and he took it. And I think, talking with Coach Sandy, they don't want to run him a lot. But when plays break down, he has to. I think they're going to have to run him here in this fourth quarter.
Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground. Great tackle near side. Boy, Grant, who got that paw out there?
That was 53 right there.
My
really good job.
Gracious.
That's Baxter Johnson, the sophomore defensive lineman, giving some of these seniors a little bit of a blow. That's what they feel at East Kentwood. They feel like they have depth and guys that can step in and make plays. Usually we've been talking about 51 James Jones. They got depth. You see there Baxter, 53 with the tackle.
So 2nd and 11. Back to pass, complete, far side of the field. Had a slip, carried up over the 25, and finally gang tackled at about the 27-yard line. Clock continues to run, Grant. Inside 9:50 to go.
It does, but they're moving the ball here. They're doing it really well. 3rd down and manageable, not before they throw that easy, quick hitch route versus off coverage. Good timing by Brady, good hands by Wyatt Manassi.
3rd and 2. Van Lake in the shotgun. This time he's going to step out, look to the near sideline. Home crew sending in a myriad of plays. Van Lake looking over that defense, going to do it again. Falcons rush 4. Trying the right side of the line. I think he got there. As a matter of fact, he did, Grant. Good second effort, and that is going to be good enough for a first down. Once again, that's Owen Harzma.
Good hard run there by Owen Harzma. They only needed about 3 yards, and they got just about exactly 3 yards. Really good job by Aaron Parker, that left guard, pulling to the right side, making a way for his running back.
8:55 to go. 35-29. East Kentwood on top, rolling near side, throwing near side, completing up around the 41-yard line. Should be good enough for a first down. Those two guys are familiar with each other. Lawson Weber with a reception, and yes, indeed, that is another first down for East Kentwood.
I got to give credit to Brady Van Lake, but even when he's rolling left, man, he can throw a really nice tight spiral, and you just saw it on that last throw.
Keeping it on the ground. Boy, nearly broke it outside. Good job kind of feeling around and finding a little hole there by Harzma again.
Really good job. That's what we call following your blockers and then just getting small and skinny and just navigating those big linemen, and then something usually pops.
Keeping it on the ground again. Harzma again. Nice second effort again. Bursts his way into East Kentwood territory. And a first down up to the 49-yard line.
Well, we see the rhythm and the tempo here that Hudsonville is going to take, and so does Ty Spencer, head coach for East Kentwood. He's going to go ahead and give his guys a breather.
So 8:05 to go here in this one. A big first down for the home team into East Kentwood territory. 35 for the Falcons, 29 for the Eagles. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more info. Grant, in case you were wondering or anybody else was wondering, the Tigers are down 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning out in Seattle.
Okay.
Trying to punch a ticket to the ALCS for the first time since 2013, excuse me. We lost to the Red Sox in 2013.
After the timeout, the Eagles will come out with a 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 now
49-yard line.
for Hudsonville at the East Kentwood 49-yard line. Van Lake going to pitch this one inside, some room near side, 1st down and more. 30, 25, pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Some trickeration there, and it works to Wyatt Van Assen.
Really beautiful play there by the staff here from Hudsonville. Getting everything looking like it's going to be a pitch to the right, and they send a guy underneath for a little inside run. Really good play there.
Keeping it on the ground again. Good hard run again. Guess who? Harzma. You've seen him do it all night. He's taking his shots, but they're starting to wear him down a little bit, Grant.
Yeah, I think you said it there perfectly. So we got a Falcon down.
Yeah, he's down at about the 20-yard line. Hope the young man is okay. Timeout on the field, 7:42 to go here, Grant, in this 4th quarter. We're going to take a time machine trip. Former Detroit King head coach Tyrone Spencer won the 2016 D2 title and D3 crowns in 18, 21, and 22. He also coached 3 Mr. Football winners, Donnie Corley, Dequan Finn, and Dante Moore. Boy, some pretty good players there. Donnie Corley, Dequan Finn, and Dante Moore. This, of course, is his 2nd year at East Kentwood.
2nd and 2 from the Falcon 12-yard line.
So this will be, Grant, a 2nd and 2 from the 12-yard line. Claps his hands, low snap. Van Lake looking, firing, completing inside the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line. This will be a 1st and goal scenario for the Eagles.
The Eagles, man, they're having a great drive, a great blend of run and pass, not allowing the defense to pick up on signals. And they've been doing a great job of finding the over routes on these play-action boot passes.
Van Lake. False start. Oh, my goodness gracious. You hate to see that.
False start. 72 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Oh, boy. Move it back to the 7-yard line with 7:17 to go. A 7 here will give Hudsonville the lead as they trail by 6.
Hudsonville's done a great job of tiring out the D-line of East Kentwood. They haven't been getting that push across the line of scrimmage as they have the rest of the game.
Van Lake, shotgun formation, throws it over to Harzma. Harzma running hard again, down to about the 5-yard line. Again, we've seen him do this a few times here tonight, Grant. Runs about 20 yards to pick up 2 or 3.
Yeah, and when he realizes he has to get north and south, man, he fights hard and takes about 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. Right there, first of the party was 53, Baxter Johnson. Again, that sophomore defensive lineman that sees reps here in between guys like James Jones and Damari Love Simmons. They're going to have a big couple reps here from this D-line if they want to keep the Eagles out of the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Van Lake rolling far side, looking, firing back of the end zone, nearly a one-handed grab, but that time out of bounds.
Pass intended for number 84, Luke
So this fan base is so used to unbelievable one-handed grabs, I think everybody thought he just made it.
Yeah, and he wanted to go there originally. He wanted to find number 21. That's Wyatt Van Assen. So then he goes on to his 2nd read, and that's the over route, which they've been having a lot of success with, and that's Luke Brodnicki. And that's just the ball's a little too high and just can't quite come down with it there, but great placement on the football there. When you're throwing to that back end line and that back of the end zone, that ball has got to be high and away from any defender in a position only where your receiver can touch it.
3rd and goal here. I'm guessing 4 down territory. Going to keep it on the ground. Flags fly everywhere. Oh, this is going to be offside. Huh?
Prior snap offside.
Oh, that's huge.
Defense number 42. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
So now a 3rd and goal from about the 2.5 yard line, Grant.
Ball placed on the 2-yard.
You only just open up that playbook more for your coaches. Give yourself an opportunity here. 2 down territory, obviously. Look for them to run it. Try to get this in.
Van Lake in the shotgun. 2 receivers split outside. Gives to Harzma. Harzma into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
And that run right there, I mean, that kind of sums up the drive. This drive by the Hudsonville Eagles was a drive of, hey, let's just wear these guys down. Let's go 3-4 yards cloud of dust. And by the end of it, watch this push here on the left side of this line of scrimmage. East Kentwood's been getting great push defensively, but this drive, man, the Eagles have just been wearing down their opponents here, and you can just see the finish by Owen Harzma. The punctuation at the end of the drive, getting across and taking the lead here late in this 4th quarter.
Well, the crucial extra point is up and good as well. So with 5:52 to go, Hudsonville back on top by a score of 36-35. But hold everything. This East Kentwood offense, who at times tonight, Grant, has really shown they can move the ball as well, have 5:52 at their disposal and 2 timeouts.
Yes, and I think that was a really good drive. Just orchestrated very well. You ate up just, I think, the right amount of time. You took the lead. You obviously you give East Kentwood and Kay Kaufman a little bit of time to operate, but you also leave a little bit of room, say they do go down to score. There's still 5 minutes left. You still going to have a little bit of time here to rebuttal. But then again, too, if East Kentwood doesn't go down and score, you're sitting in a position to where you can probably run this game out.
Do you try the methodical route that we just saw Hudsonville go with? I mean, they really took their time and matriculated their way downfield.
They did. I want to see East Kentwood get back to the 1st down and 2nd down run game. I think they've gotten away from it in the 2nd half, which has forced Kate Kaufman to make some hard decisions and throws on 3rd down that they haven't quite been able to complete here in the 2nd half. So I want to see them have a balanced drive. You know, if they score in 2 plays, defense has got to step up and keep Hudsonville out.
Another deep kick. This one goes into the end zone for a touchback again. So this is where the Falcon offense will take over after that touchback. 36-35, the Eagles on top. He's Grant Perry, Patty Cesarini down on the field. The best crew in the business, the State Champs crew. I'm Sean Beligian. Hi. So glad you could join us here tonight. Nice to see my guy Ernest up here. I'm used to seeing Ernest down on the field, but he's up here in the box with us. Shout out, Ernest. Kaufman in that shotgun. 1st and 10. Keeps it on the ground. No space whatsoever, Grant. Maybe up to the 22. Give him a gain of 2. Harder yards, setting up a 2nd and 8.
And this is where, you know, if you're East Kentwood, there's really no one else you would rather have orchestrate in your last, which could be your last drive here offensively if you're Cade Kaufman. These guys lost to Hudsonville twice last year, so if that doesn't put a chip on your shoulder, I don't know what does. Once in the regular season and then once in the playoffs to end Kentwood's season.
Kaufman in that shotgun again, sends a receiver in motion, fakes the pitch, in trouble, spins out of one, now throws on the run. Incomplete. Kind of fell in between 2 receivers, Grant, as both these quarterbacks' escapability simply can't be denied.
Yes, and a really good job there by Cade. That looked like that was going to be one of those attempted sacks that maybe he was going to fall back down after the wrap, but he is able to work through it and able to get rid of the football to save some yards. But great pressure off the edge there by Hudsonville. Attacking right off the edge, right into that play-action rollout, which really affected the beginning of that play.
Boy, can you hear the noise here? Don't adjust your televisions or your radios or computers. That legitimately is this fired up fan base here at Eagle Stadium banging on the stands. And a timeout called on the field, Grant, a huge 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Yes, a very, very big third down here, and you got to imagine if you don't get it, you're probably in a position where you're going to have to punt it. You still have 5 minutes left. You still have, I believe, 1 timeout left. But here on this play right now, you got to find your best guy, which today it's been Stephen Jones, number 11. Amon Edmonds has had some plays as well, but you got to find a guy that can move those chains.
Hey, our next Friday football Game Time Live will take place in Brighton as the Bulldogs host the Howell Highlanders for a KLAA West Division matchup. So make sure you join Grant, Patty, and Ryan Slocum for that one. Kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on the State Champs YouTube channel and on Local 4 Plus. 5:11 to go in this one. Grant Perry, 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line.
We'll see here, but an adjustment that Hudsonville has made this second half, as we call it radar by the defensive line and those linebackers, where no one puts a hand in the dirt and they're all just standing up ready. You see it right here. Look at these guys. You can't tell who's the lineman and who's the linebacker. They're all standing up. You don't know who's coming and who's staying in coverage.
Kaufman in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Pressure comes. He's trying to run out of it. He does. 20, 25, dances out of bounds about the 27-yard line. Short of a first down, Grant.
Yes.
4th and 3. One would guess that they're going to punt this away with 5:01 to go. I am not the coach. Tyrone Spencer is. Let's see what he decides to do.
I believe I see their offensive coordinator calling the play right here. I believe that's Shane Lacanaria, their offensive coordinator, my former high school quarterback back at Brother Rice. And Sean, it looks like this offense is going to stay on the field here.
Wow. Talk about faith in your offense. 4th and 3 on their own 27-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun, 3-receiver set. Gonna keep it on the ground. First down. No problem up to the 32-yard line. Ice going through the veins, Grant Perry.
Yes, what a call right there. Gutsy call. Backed up in your own area, 4th down. Game on the line, about 4 yards to go, and you hand the ball off, and you get the first down. Really good job. Good call there.
That's Nettleman, no problem. Going to keep it on the ground again, this time no room whatsoever. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Once again, it's Nettleman setting up a 2nd and 10. Clock running, 4.5 to go. Hey, don't forget, East Kentwood, Grant, only has 1 timeout left.
It's pretty much, if they give the ball up, it's probably game over. So they're probably going to go for it from here on out, Sean.
Shotgun formation. Eagles show pressure. Now they back off. As you mentioned, you can tell they're disguising what they want to do. A lot of time rolling off this clock right now. Kaufman in the shotgun. He's going to stop and pop. Incomplete in between 2 receivers again.
Yeah, Hudsonville, they're doing a great job, like you just pointed out, John, of just making the picture muddy for Kaufman, and it starts with the protection, right? If he gets a clear picture and he knows where to send his running back in protection, he knows where to set his line, everything's smooth, and he can move on to where to throw the football. But if he's worried pre-play about, okay, I got to move my line to the left, my running back's got to block right, I don't know if the left linebacker's coming, like that's going to mess up his post-snap development into the play. So they're doing a great job of making things muddy for the quarterback here, Cade Kaufman, early, which is affecting the progression of the play later on.
3rd and 10 on their own 32-yard line.
Condensed split.
Kaufman again in the shotgun. Pressure comes, throws near side. Big reception. Caught at the 42-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Guess who, Grant? Edmonds, my goodness gracious, you're going to have to give that man an ice bath.
He's earning it. He's taking some hard hits. And again, they go condensed split. They get the cornerback about 6-7 yards off, and you got a quarterback that can read the coverage, read the pre-snap alignment, and you got a receiver in Amon Edmonds who can go get that football. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets right there, Sean.
What a drive here. Some gutsy calls along the way. 1st and 10. Going to keep it on the ground. This time grabbed from behind and thrown backwards. Boy, those first down plays haven't worked.
No, they haven't. And got to give credit to Hudsonville. They're doing a great job on first and second down. I've been saying, hey, let's get to the run. Obviously, there's not much time remaining, but they've been doing a great job. I think the defensive line pressure into the backfield has flipped from first half being Kentwood, second half being Hudsonville. And right there, really good job by that D-line of pinching and allowing Strick, to come off the edge, number 1 for that tackle.
Shotgun formation for Kaufman. Don't forget, all they need is a field goal, and they have a kicker, a sophomore kicker in Garcia, that has shown he's got a foot. Kaufman runs up to the line, barks out what's going on, back to pass, pressure comes, throws near side, that ball's tipped, incomplete. Huge 3rd and 11 looming, Grant.
Yeah, and you got to give Hudsonville credit. They have just made this second half a lot harder on Cade Kaufman, where first half he takes his drop, it looks smooth, he's in rhythm, ball's out on that plant. Now it's kind of, he's got antsy feet, doesn't know exactly where to go with the football, and the look by this front seven of Hudsonville has done a great job, and right there he didn't have really an answer. They're running 2 hitches into corners sitting flat. Hudsonville with a great defensive rep that last play.
3rd and 11 from their own 41-yard line. Pressure coming from East Kentwood. Kaufman looks stuck. He's not going to get out of it this time. He's brought down for a loss back at the 40-yard line.
They've been doing a great job. They, as in the Hudsonville Eagles, of getting great pressure on the perimeter, but those interior D linemen, and you check out this moon. Ooh,
wow.
Is it October? Is it October,
My
Sean?
goodness.
That blood moon right there.
This could be the game with 2 minutes to go, Grant.
Very well could. And look at this fella right here. That's the guy that they're probably going to try to look to. That's 6'5", Owen Vanderveen. Caught that touchdown in that first half. I believe first half.
4th and 12.
And they got him doubled at the bottom of your screen, Sean. They're saying, nope, we're not allowing that. So Kaufman's going to have to look elsewhere here.
Kaufman in the shotgun. They bring the pressure again to these Eagles. He's going up top. First down. What a reception at the 46-yard line. Mr. Edmonds does it again.
Great job by Edmonds. He's the slot receiver to a 3-receiver side. Outside receiver clears it, and all Amon Edmonds has to do is work outside leverage, win on the out route, and he beats William Zuderveen for that completion in a huge conversion.
1st and 10 now at the Eagle 46. Trying to set up that screen to Edmonds. Edmonds does a lot of work to pick up maybe 4 yards. Up to about the 41-yard line. Gain tackled there. Clock still running, Grant. 1 minute to go in this one. Oh, we've got a Falcon player down. We're going to get an official timeout here. The Falcons only have 1 timeout to go. Oh my goodness. This game has had a little bit of everything.
Yes, it has.
As we'll look at this Hudsonville schedule in just a moment. There it is. Boy, that is not an easy schedule. And you still have Grand Haven and Granville coming up. My goodness. And of course, conversely, East Kentwood, who only have the 1 loss, have Granville and, well, Grand Haven.
Yeah.
That's the way life is in the OK Red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still attending to the young man on the field at about the 41-yard line. I can tell you that there's 57 seconds left. East Kentwood has 1 timeout. What a fantastic game, a great atmosphere here, a beautiful night on the west side of Michigan.
This has been a great game, Sean. Like you said, we've seen a little bit of everything. Offenses, defenses have stepped up at key moments. We've seen some great adjustments from both teams, whether it's Hudsonville, in a different approach in the second half from their defensive line and their linebackers. Whether it's East Kentwood, who's slowing down a little bit this second half, but has found ways to convert and stay in this game with just 50 seconds left. But they are going to be down Amon Edmonds, arguably their best receiver here, for at least 1 more play, as he was the man that went down.
they'll start this clock momentarily, if I'm not mistaken, after the officials' timeout. And they do. Clock is running, nearing 50 seconds to go. Kaufman, pressure comes from the outside. He steps up, he wants it all. Caught inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line, Grant Perry.
Boy, oh boy, Stephen Jones talking about stepping up and making a play. Let's watch this again, Kevin. I'm going to show you right here. It's going to be out and up, and he's going to sell it perfectly. They got 2 guys guarding him, but nobody's defending him. Really good job, and an even better throw, Sean. That ball was up and over the corner just in the right amount of time to catch that ball inbounds. Force a timeout here. Boy, what a play. Just when you think they're going to start chunking and taking 5-6 yards, they go for the jugular, and they connect to Stephen Jones down the field.
Well, let's see how they decide to play it here, Grant. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Now, don't forget, all they need is a field goal.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Hudsonville used their timeout to say, all right, you score on this next play. At least we have a couple timeouts to try to come back and win this one ourselves.
Yeah, this is a situation where if you're East Kentwood, you got to either have 2 plays called or be ready to rush a field goal unit on, post a play. And if you're Hudsonville here, you also are considering, hey, do we try to force the field goal? Some situations do we let them score so that we are guaranteed a chance with the ball again? A lot goes down in these situational moments, and we'll see what East Kentwood does here at their first attempt down in the red zone.
45 seconds remaining.
I got a good inclination here, though, Sean. 51, that's James Jones.
Now there's the big package again. Are they going to go with the tush push again? Push towards the goal line, but it's going to be short.
Yep, and here Coach Sandy call timeout for Hudsonville.
34 seconds remaining. They have to hold on to their timeouts. 2nd and goal. Oh, baby, what a night here tonight.
And if you're East Kentwood, not scoring, but getting a few yards there on that first play is not the worst case scenario, because 1, you get closer to the goal line, and 2, if Hudsonville does get the ball back, you're starting to draw some of their timeouts out. So you're getting them to use some of the timeouts, which is going to help eventually here. If you do score and get back on defense, it's going to help your defense. So interested to see here, too, quick score. Hudsonville is going to have to figure out a way to get back down the field. But I expect to see James Jones in, again, pushing Cade Kaufman, tush-push style. On this play.
Well, they score a touchdown, Grant. They go up, as you know, 41-36, and the guess is immediately you will see a 2-point conversion. Immediately, if not sooner. 34 seconds remaining.
Nose guard James Jones.
2nd and goal from the 1. Tush push anybody? Into the end zone. That time, the Surge in white got him in. And Kaufman on a keeper with 31 seconds to go puts East Kentwood back on top.
Man, oh man, what a drive. What a drive. I mean, 4th and 10 plus. It was looking very bleak and very dim for this East Kentwood offense. And they dial up a beautiful out route to Amon Edmonds to keep the drive alive, and then they just find a way to get down to the red zone. And they push that ball across and take the lead.
They're kicking the extra point. The kick is up and the kick is good. Grant, it puts them on top by 6.
Yeah, we saw them go for 2 on their last touchdown, and right here it's just all about low man wins. And it almost looks like Hudsonville was told here, hey guys, just let them get across here. Let's save as much time as we can. See those linebackers and safeties just not even attempting there, and you're just seeing a whole dog pile of white crossing that goal line. And if you're East Kentwood, that's exactly what you want to see. And if you're Hudsonville, your brain's turning. How are we going to find a way to get back down into the red zone and try to get a shot at a Hail Mary here?
Well, you think that Falcon sideline is fired up. My goodness. 31 seconds remaining.
I think it was only right, Sean. We've had a lot of defensive battles in our Game Time Lives on Fridays. And you come over to the west side, you get some fireworks over here.
Absolutely. A fired up crowd, no doubt about that as well. Now Garcia has been pounding the ball all night, literally. Multiple times putting it into the end zone. Does he try the vaunted squib here? Does he pound it out once again? I hate to be Captain Obvious, folks, but Hudsonville needs a touchdown. And they only have one timeout and 31 seconds to work with. Garcia's going to pound this one, but it is returnable from about the 2-yard line. 15, 20, hit at the 25, still fighting his way up to about the 29-yard line. So that is where Van Lake and this offense will take over. They have to go 70 yards. I think they're going to mark this right on the 30, Grant. They have to go 70 yards in 25 seconds.
Odds are not in their favor, but when you got a quarterback like Brady Van Lake, we've seen some throws that shouldn't have been able to be thrown when he's getting outside the pocket. Look for him to try to keep the play alive, but not waste too much time because he only got 25 seconds. So he's got to make something happen pretty fast.
Let's see here.
You got William DeYoung lined up
Lined up outside. Trip receivers on the near side, one far side, single back.
Big tight end down at the bottom of your screen there, 88.
Let's see. East Kentwood rushes for Van Lake. Throwing far side of the field, complete and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That's good enough for a first down.
Hey, get the first down and the clock stop. It's a great first play.
Gives yourself a little more space out there. A little more space.
And that corner out here, he's not going to come up any further because he doesn't want to get beat deep. So they'll probably keep going to that soft, voided area.
Van Lake back to pass. Same route, out of bounds. Another first down, this time into East Kentwood territory, down to the 49. 17 seconds remaining, Grant.
And if you're East Kentwood, you want to keep giving that up, but also you don't want to get nosy and try to jump and make a play here. You want to keep everything in front of you. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to cloud this so he plays low, he plays high, takes away that out route, but it leaves the middle open.
Trip receivers near side. Van Lake, shotgun formation. Going to be flushed out of the pocket this time. Boy, look at him go. Boy, can he run. He's going to dance out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. So gain of 6, but Grant, only 9 seconds to work with now.
9 seconds, but those first 3 plays, I mean, as good as you can do without scoring. I mean, you're moving the ball, you're in enemy territory. Now you probably have one play to get some yards and then to get another attempt at the end zone here. But if you're Brady Van Lake, if you get outside the pocket, you got to make a decision quick. Can't waste your time running around.
Trip receivers, far side. Van Lake, shotgun formation. Oh, and it's East Kentwood using their last timeout to talk about this.
That's their third and final timeout of the half.
That's it. Let's see how this works, Grant Perry. The guess is they got 2 more plays in that.
Yeah. All dependent. If Brady is smart, which he is, I mean, did a great job of getting through that pocket, getting out of bounds. You just have to understand that, hey, I got 2, 3, 4 seconds really max to find the target, make a throw, and then I got to get rid of the football or get out of bounds if I'm on the move.
My goodness, what an exciting night out here on the west side of the state. So glad you could join us here on the State Champs Network and Local 4 Plus. 42-36. East Kentwood on top with 9 seconds to go. The home team, the Hudsonville Eagles, facing a 2nd and 4 from the 43. The 2nd and 4 means nothing. It's the 43 that means everything. They need 43 yards to win this game, or at least put themselves in the position to win. Van Lake throws and completes near side up to about the 35-yard line. That only took 3 seconds off the clock.
Good job.
That's DeYoung down to about the 34.
Yeah, I mean, for having 25 seconds, starting on your own 30 back there, they're doing a good job of moving this ball up, giving themselves just a little bit of time to take a shot here at the end zone.
Let's see how this works. Trip receivers. Van Lake. Back to pass. Throwing near side, completing out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Kerry Carpenter just hits a 2-run homer to give the Tigers a 2-1 lead.
Right on, partner.
In
Let's
the
go.
6th inning.
Timeout, Hudsonville. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
This is it. Hudsonville uses their last timeout. Grant, this is the last play of the game. Make no mistake about that.
Confirmed last play, pending any weird penalties that might add on one more play. But this is for all the marbles here. And if my memory, doesn't fade me too much, I'm pretty sure I called a Hudsonville game last year where they ran a pick and what's that? I'm blanking. Anyways, what's the play at the end of the game where they throw the ball to a guy and he pitches
Hook and ladder?
Hook and ladder. I don't know how I just forgot that.
That's okay.
But Hudsonville, they ran one of those last year versus I believe it was Howell, and they converted it. But that also, you risk getting tackled inbounds. I'd expect them to try to buy Brady a little bit of time, let him scramble, and then look for William DeYoung or one of these tall targets to go catch a rebound in the end zone. Hook and ladder. I can't believe I almost forgot that. Thank you, Sean.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I worked a hook and ladder in my life. Do you hear my sarcasm dripping? Last play of the game. Trip receivers far side. Do the Eagles have one more magic play left in them? East Kentwood brings 2. Van Lake in trouble. He's running. He's throwing into the end zone. Deflected and caught! 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 They did it again! They did it again! Hudsonville off a deflected ball! My goodness! Oh, a flag down. Let's see what the flag's about. Now, don't forget, Grant, they have to hit the extra point.
Yeah, that's pretty important. Sitting here with a tie ball game and no time left on the clock.
Oh, man. My goodness. Having quite the conversation down there. Let's see what this is about. Unbelievable. Two weeks in a row, heroics here.
Jeez, they got something working.
At Eagle Stadium.
Something's in the water over here in Hudsonville, man.
The result of the play is a touchdown, Hudsonville. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Hudsonville bench, clearing the bench onto the field. There'll be a 15-yard penalty that'll be assessed on the extra point.
And the plot thickens, Sean.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, this is what we were talking about, Grant Perry, when East Kentwood scored that touchdown. Do you go for 2?
Yeah.
This can win the game. Flags fly. Oh, offside. They're getting 5 yards back, Grant. Well, this is a shame that one of these teams are going to lose this game.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is. Okay, a little bit easier for the kicker here. That doesn't take away from the pressure, Sean.
No. This is about a 30-yard attempt, if my math is correct. And it is. A 30-yard extra point attempt to win the game. Snap down, kick up, the kick is good. Fly, Eagles fly. You come away with a 43-42 win.
Man. We want to talk about a play at Sports Center. Go ahead and come back to Hudsonville because they just keep making top 10 plays. And watch as Brady Van Lake rolls to his right, buys just the right amount of time, and throws what we call a Hail Mary football to the end zone. It gets tipped perfectly. And then the Eagles come down with the game tire and then win the game with the extra point.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, the Eagles are living right. They win this one 43-42 and improve to 7-0 on the season. Don't you go anywhere. We'll wrap it up for you on a beautiful Friday night. Your final score, Hudsonville knocks off East Kentwood 43-42 on the State Champs Network and Local 4+.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold. Hungry Howie's.
The celebration continues here. Unbelievable. A 25-yard tipped. I guess you could call it a Hail Mary, Grant. Sure.
There was a prayer answered.
There was definitely a prayer answered. Let's throw it down to Patty Cesarini with a special guest. Patty?
Drew, an insane fourth quarter, but the whole game in itself was the theatrics. But you come down with the game-winning touchdown after it was tipped into your hands. What's going through your head in that moment?
Man, first off, I just want to thank the Lord for being able to play football, this beautiful sport. And it's football, I just love it, you know?
What do you make of the catch you made? What you just did for this team, what do you make of that? So what do you make of the catch you just had?
I don't know. My mind's racing right now. I have no idea, man.
Are you just feeling all the emotions right now?
Yeah.
What about Coach and the way he just came over here? How does that make you feel knowing that this team's just got your back through and through?
Good. It feels good.
Well, why don't you go in and celebrate this win?
Thank you so much.
Go enjoy. Congrats on the win. Sean, back up to you.
Oh, and then he gives a handshake. What a good kid. Oh, was that awesome. Grant, what a fun night here at Eagle Stadium. It really was. A very memorable game, and I'll say it again, this Eagle team, they just find a way.
Yeah, they do. And 25 seconds on your own 30, 70 yards to go, they chunked away and they found a way, and they never gave up. And you could tell that sideline had juice, had energy. And to come down with that catch, you got to shout out number 8, Drew Meerman. Didn't call his name a lot today, but he came through exactly when they needed it at the literal last second.
Hey, want to throw a lot of thanks out there. The great crew here at Eagle Stadium. Patty Cesarini, Grant Perry. I always say this is the best crew in the business, the State Champs crew. Most importantly, thank you for inviting us into your phones, your laptops, your computers, whatever the case may be. Final score here tonight from Hudsonville. Hudsonville comes away with a 43-40.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza. And also presented by Lawrence Technological University, the Construction Association of Michigan, Legacy Partners Insurance, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association.